It's good afternoon. Finals football is upon us once again, and I know that at the start of January this year, there would have been a lot of clubs wanting to be in this position. Unfortunately, we're down to the last five, and we are looking forward to what is ahead of us in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Before we get into anything here this afternoon, we'll just welcome the panel in, and as always, grubby occasions from down the highway, 28 and sunny up there, they tell me again this morning, Grub.
Yes, it was, and g'day boys, viewers, and all our listeners on the Pulse Radio as well. You practiced that opening speech all night, didn't you? That January and
I've been thinking about it.
You've been thinking about that one all night, eh?
Yeah,
but I tell you what, it's applicable too, because this is what we play for. We have a lot of fun in the home and away. It's a great competition, but this is it. This is what we play for. Tomorrow the loser's out. Today the loser's got to play again. This is what we want finals. We've got finals, and I think we're all up and about, aren't we? What about you, Arch? You up and about?
I'm up and about, Grubby. Thanks for the introduction. No, after getting dropped last week, getting sent to Bannockburn to watch Thompson versus Banno, I've been brought back in the box. So, no, very excited to be here today, and yeah, we're going to have a great contest, and I can just feel that the energy of the box is going to be it's going to be the most exciting we've been all year.
We know you'll be up and about.
But I tell you what, though, you know why I'm up and about? I'm up and about. We've got a legend back in the box, mate. You better introduce him, Dale.
I thought it was about me.
No.
We'd like to welcome in Geelong West coach. I won't tell you what year because it's been a few years now since you left there. And Andrew Clark, welcome this afternoon, mate. We are going to go through the Cheetahs team of the Millennium, and you're going to play a major hand in that with Grubby, because there's some names in there that I'm not even familiar with. So between the two of you, I hope you can help us out.
Thanks, Dale. Good to be back. Good to see Grubby again. I don't know how much help he'll be, but we'll see how we go.
Whatever he doesn't know, he'll make up, Clarky.
Right, well, we've got the team here in front of us. Let's have a look at it, and hopefully Clarky can add a little bit to it as we go through it.
All right, let's go the backs. Back pocket, 2017 Interleague player, Paddy Dwyer.
Yeah, Paddy started with us as a midfielder, and then his body sort of shut down a bit on him, a lot of injuries and that, and moved to the back line, and he's always very quick and skillful, so really suited the way we were playing back in those days, so it was really good. And made Interleague, like you said, in 2017, so yeah, he was a good player, very skillful, very quick, and yeah, backed his judgment all the times.
Full-back, James Jimmy Donaldson.
Yeah, I was only there for 1 year and then Jimmy left, but he'd been captain, I think, for 2 or 3 years before I'd arrived at the club. Hard backman, very solid. He ended up going to South Belmont for a couple of years after he left West.
Not much got past James, is there? Not much got past him at all.
He was very solid. Wasn't one of these real skillful players, I wouldn't say, but yeah, just solid.
Backman.
Yeah, he was.
Out
He
and
was one
do
of
your
the old
job.
Just go out, arm on, punch the ball all day, and yeah, he was very solid back there.
Beautiful. In the other back pocket, Robbie Sims, 2012 Best and Fairest win. That's a bit before your time.
Yeah, I'll have to pass that one over to you,
Oh,
Grubby.
he was a good player, Robbie Sims. You remember Robbie Sims?
The name rings a bell, yeah.
Come out of the back pocket off the half back.
I might have had too many knocks in the head, I reckon. I can't remember some of those things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, wonderful player. On a half back line, Josh Viney.
Yeah, Josh, beautiful long kick of the ball, good hands. Unfortunately, left West at the end of last year. Went out to Inverleigh.
Yes.
And that, so, but yeah, look, Josh, really hard. I didn't coach Josh at all. He arrived, I think, he might have been the year after when COVID hit.
Okay, yeah.
He went, but he'd played a lot of GFL footy and, yeah, just really hard at it. Yeah, beautiful long kick of the footy. So, yeah, can play either end of the ground as well. Can play up forward.
And I think from memory, he might have won the Athlete's Foot MVP in 2024.
Your memory is unbelievable.
Yeah, I think he did, which is a great.
I know you're putting some research into this, but you've done magnificently there.
Centre half back, probably my favourite player, one of the superstars of West and everywhere else he went, Mickey Lima, 2018, 2019, and could have won a few more, best and fairest.
Yeah, great bloke, Mick Lima. Can play either end of the ground, just so courageous.
And ruck.
Yeah, he could
Is that you coaching him doing that?
No.
Thank God for that.
No, I never put Mick into the ruck. He'd probably kill me if I did. But no, he could play anywhere, do anything. Some of the times he'd fly for the ball. You'd not only worry for him, he'd knock half his teammates out if it meant he could get the ball. Just, yeah, great bloke. Still playing today.
Yeah.
And has re-signed for next year.
Has he really?
He's re-signed to go around again next year. And a funny story with Mick. when we played Belpost Hill, we had to win the final. Had to win a game to get into the finals. At 3/4 time, I said to Mick, "You're going to have to go forward. We need something." And I think he kicked. I think he kicked 3 or 4 in the last quarter. Set up another couple, and we won the game. We came off, and he grabbed me and he said, "If you ever play me forward again, I'm leaving." I said, "Why is that, Mick?" He said, I can't handle kicking a goal." And where's he playing now at West? Up forward.
Forward.
Yeah. So
That's strange because I said when he was at Belmont, he did spend his time between midfield and
forward.
back and forward.
Yeah.
As you said, bloke can play anywhere.
Oh, great
but
player.
he was always. I reckon he's just the most dangerous bloke you could have in the forward line. Because
Yeah.
he could do, as you said, take a great mark and he would come from anywhere to get it. And he was a very nice kick of football.
Oh,
And was good off the deck.
Yeah.
yeah.
Very versatile.
Yeah, for a tall bloke, he could get down low, and he's a freakish player. But one of the best I've seen when I was at West.
Yeah, they got me buggered here. On the other half-back flank, Adam Turtle Melville, 2002, 2003, 2008, 2009, best and fairest winner. I don't remember it. He must have been a superstar.
Yeah, I can't help you with Turtle. I know him, and from all reports, he was just a gun.
Yeah.
For me,
Absolutely.
he reminds me of the Josh Viney type. If that's the same bloke, similar size, similar
You're
build.
making it up. Can't you?
No,
You've
I'm
got-
not.
If
Not
you don't
this
do
time.
research, you can't go making
No,
stuff
I'm
up.
not. I reckon the name's very familiar, and I reckon he played a similar role to what Josh Viney could do.
Yeah, so that's not a bad half-back line then.
Yeah, it's a terrific half-back line, and I tell you what, the centre line ain't too bad either. With on the wing, Curtis Horde, 2022 best and fairest winner.
Yeah, young bloke, came down to uni, and just not a lot of skill, but worked hard all the time. Ended up playing a bit on ball, but would run all day, and not frightened to put his head over the footy at all, really. And a good young kid with it too. I think he's finished up now due to work commitments. He's got himself into real estate, but could still play today if he wanted to.
Yeah, in the centre, Andrew Spengler, 2005 and 6 best and fairest winner, and he was a good player, Spanks.
Yeah, can't help you with that
You
one.
remember him, Smithy? God, you knocked the thing over and everything.
Come on, Smith.
Spangler, you remember him?
Yes,
He was a
absolutely.
good player.
A good player, and very dangerous as too if he drifted forward. He could kick goals, and I think he finished his time out of Croydon, didn't he? I think at the end of the time.
He may well have, yeah.
Yeah, he did. Look, he was a very good all-round sportsman. I think I think he still haven't hit a cricket too. At some
Yeah,
stage, I
Little
think.
River, I think.
Yeah. So, but no, he's a very dangerous footballer in through the midfield. But as I said, he was also very dangerous when he went forward.
And on the other wing, we've got Aaron O'Callaghan, Lloyd Callaghan.
Yeah, another hard player. Probably could have played in the middle as well. Worked both sides of his body well. Hard at it, keep running all day. Yeah, turned out a real good leader for our club when he came over.
On the half-forward flank, well, I tell you what, this is a very, 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 this might be the best line. Andrew Williams on a half-forward flank, 2001 and 2004 best and fairest. And I think he might have finished up at Corio as well.
He
Yeah,
did.
he
Yep.
Gee, he was a good player.
He came back to West, I think it was my first year at West, and coached the twos, and then went back to Corio.
Right.
Yeah.
I reckon he played some interleague footy too, from memory.
He would have. Don't worry.
Very,
about it,
very
Willie,
good
young
player.
Willie.
At centre forward, Alex Denham, 2014 best and fairest winner.
Yeah, can't help you with Alex. You
Remember
guys
big
probably...
Alex Denham?
Yeah. Again, these blokes, as I said, if you put them in a thingo, I wouldn't be able to tell you which one was which. I reckon they're all similar size frames and as I said, versatile in what they did with footy.
And real good pair of hands. Good pair of hands. On the other half forward flank, we have Braden Mitchell, and I reckon 2018 into league, and I reckon he's still playing, Braden Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was captain this year of the club. I think he's played his 100th game early this year or late last year. Yeah, look, he's been great for us, Braden. We actually picked him up. A mate of his had come down from Gippsland. He just came to train him one day, and he wasn't that fussed whether he played or not. He played, I think, a bit of Gippsland power back home. And, yeah, he's been great for the club. Very, very skillful around goals. Prefer to snap goals than actually kick from a set shot. I remember playing out here one day. We were down and we needed, I think we were about 4 or 5 points down, and he hit the post from the goal square. And then he snapped one from the boundary over his head. And I grabbed him after the game and I just said to him, "Look, mate, you got to be better than that from the square." And he looked at me and he said, "What are you on about?" He said, "It was a 7-point play." He said, that's how it's done nowadays, mate. He said, you're too old.
Well, we've seen him a couple of times this year, and he was on the ball, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's playing a lot on the ball
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, he spent more time up the ground than he did forward this year.
And I think at one point, didn't he move over to Grovedale and come back?
Yeah, he actually, when I went back to Grovedale, he came over for a year.
Okay.
Things just didn't work out over there for him. He got a couple of injuries and everything, and decided to go back to West. And
Well, I would have left too with the coaching staff there. Who was coaching?
probably myself, I was at Grub.
With who?
Can't remember now.
Might be a Werribee bloke, would it?
Might have been.
Might have been. I'm not allowed to have a go at him. He'd tell me off. Where are we? You got me beat now in the forward line.
Blakey.
Well, this bloke was a superstar. I'm just spewing that he didn't stay for another couple of years because he was beautiful to watch, Blake Dye.
Well, yeah, I don't know whether I'm allowed to say, but word is you might see him next year.
Oh, I hope so because he's a great player to watch.
He
really is.
pops into work every now and then.
Where's he going to play? At Werribee Centrals?
Sorry?
Is he going to play at Werribee Centrals?
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so.
Okay, just in case.
No, I wouldn't. Look, he might, mate, but I don't know.
We're just looking for a few. They might interview Jack Kennedy Hunt next week. You never know. Great player. Full forward, Alex Blair.
Yeah, great player.
Great player.
Yes.
Great player.
Yeah, it's hopefully he can get back on the field. I'm not sure at this stage with the head knocks he's had and what's going on there, but it'd be great to see him back out there. But if not,
They've missed him.
yeah, he's just a really good player. I remember his very first. He actually came to training one night. No one knew him. He rocked up at Baker's Oval
Yeah.
and said, "Oh, do you mind if I train with you?" And he trained, I reckon, 10 minutes into training, I grabbed Chris Wilkie and I said, for God's sake, get this guy signed up.
Sign him, yeah.
Sign him before he goes somewhere else. And he'd actually been, we didn't know, he'd been to the first game of the year. We played Belmont.
Yeah.
And he came and watched. And he was deciding, does he play at Belmont or does he play with us?
Oh, right.
And he watched it and he said, I've decided I want to play with you guys. Is that okay? I said, yeah, it's more than okay,
it's
mate.
okay, mate.
It's okay. So we played out at Anarchy next week. And he rocked up, and I think he had, I think they were green boots or these bright boots. And I thought, you're wearing those, mate, you'd want to be able to play.
Yeah.
And the first time the ball's gone down, he's sat on this guy's head. I thought, geez, this is all right. Anyway.
Wear any colour boots you want, mate.
Yeah, but the thing was, he was about, he would have been 50 out or more.
Yeah.
And he's walking back with his back to the play. So I grabbed my son who was the runner. I said, can you go out and tell him to not turn his back and pass it off? Well, he's gone back and let it rip from about 55, and she's gone through half post high.
Did you call the runner back?
Yes. I said, don't worry about giving him any messages now. And I think he kicked 5 in his first game, and he never looked back after that.
Yeah. Great player. In the forward pocket, Sam Kelly. You got me beat here with Sam Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that name rings a bell with me too now. I'm not too sure where he came from. Look, I wouldn't want to make a comment because I don't know whether it's the right bloke.
Yeah, well, all I can say is, because I have had this written down for me, 137 goals in 124 games as a small forward, and that's not a bad effort, so he must have been one hell of a player.
Yeah.
The followers, Big Scotty Jervey, he's been a fantastic player over the years.
Yeah, he was magnificent for us. Like, if he didn't play, we had no backup, or the backup ruckman would have been Mick Loma, which you don't want to use.
You don't want him there, no.
But yeah, look, Jervs was great leader, led from the front. Probably sometimes spoke to the umpires too often.
He was a competitor, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he just didn't like losing. Just was out there to give his all every week, 120% every week, week in, week out. I don't think in all the time I was there he ever missed a game through injury or anything. He just,
and that means playing injured too, obviously.
Yeah, like he'd play. He'd never say he was injured or anything. And as a ruckman, and he'd ruck all day, just run and run and run. So yeah, he was great to have. Scott loved.
Ruck Rover, Justin White, 2017 best and fairest. He might have did a bit of coaching with somebody on A2, did he?
Yes, he did. He coached there, didn't he? He was a joint coach.
Yeah.
Who did he coach with?
Oh, that was some mug.
Nah, great bloke, Justin. Someone I could really rely on. Go forward, could do anything. Played tall for a small bloke. He could fly. Very hard at it. I was shattered when he decided he was leaving to go to Thompson. That really hurt. But the comments we got out of him was, I'm going to play with my brothers and I'll be back. And he stuck by that and came back to us, so it was great. When he did come back, wish he'd never left. But, yeah, great player.
Yeah, wonderful player. And the Rover, Got me beat again here, boys. 2021, 2023 best and fairest. I should remember this bloke, Tommy Burt. I don't know why I don't.
Yeah, small bloke. He went back home this year to play. He might come back next year to play back at the club. But, yeah, only small, on-baller. He's very good mates. He's in the same mix with a Curtis Hall and Alex Blair, good mates with them. So, yeah, really good. Hard at it. Very competitive. And, yeah, tough player.
We've got an army on the interchange, so we're going to have to cut a few of these down.
Yeah, we'll get rid of some of them.
Well, Justin Carey, I think, has got to be there.
Yeah, he came when COVID hit. So we recruited Justin and then COVID hit, so I didn't have the pleasure of coaching him, but I do have the pleasure of coaching his lovely wife. So,
okay.
And she's a lot better than he is.
Okay, well, we neglected to mention that you'll be coaching in the women's tomorrow in the grand final.
Yeah, grand final tomorrow out at Lara for the Giants girls. So
women's. What position are you playing? Are you captain coach?
Didn't get a game, mate. I missed out.
What time for all our viewers?
2:30 tomorrow afternoon, so all the Giants supporters get out there and support the
At where,
girls.
sorry?
Out at Lara.
Out at Lara.
Yeah, the snake pit.
Stop before you get to Werribee.
Yeah. Sam Edwards, 2023 Best and Fairest winner. Shane Manning, 2000 Best and Fairest winner. Damo Cerny, which I don't think any of us remember him.
No, I can't help you with
I
Damo.
haven't got a year there. Reece
Sorry.
Gin's in there, which we know about Reece Gin. He's gone out to Bannockburn.
Yeah.
Brendan Wall, you might be able to tell us a bit about Brendan Wall.
Yeah, Wally, I didn't coach Wally. I did, but at Grovedale. He was at Grovedale for a while. He went to West. When I arrived, I think he went from there to Thompson. I think he
did, yeah.
Yeah, and then he went out to Rokewood for a couple of years. And he might have even ended up back at Thompson, I think, at the end.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, really very quick. Very, very quick. Only skinny bloke, but could run well.
Yeah, I remember him. A very good player.
Yeah.
And, of course, last but not least, we have a water boy, and that's Chris Wilkie.
Yeah. Even the water boy, he probably stuffed that up. But, yeah, he went all right, the big fella. But, yeah, he'd be on that bench anyway.
Well, to be honest, Wilco's probably better now than he was when he was playing footy.
He is. He's looking $1 million. He actually did some running for me one game, and he wasn't that good at it, so we got rid of him. But, yeah.
Well, this is a seniors, not a second side.
Yeah, I know. What are you saying, mate?
Clarkie, thank you very much for that. We've done a few of these sides, and I tell you what, this is up with the best of them, and some of these blokes could really, really play, and we thank you for coming in too. But you can stay as long as you want, by the way. It doesn't worry us. But yeah, what a grass side.
Yeah, no, it's a good side. I'd love to coach it. I'd love to coach the side.
Yeah, I reckon some of the sides we've actually been able to put up over time has been the same, mate. There's been some really, really good sides, and be able to put them into paper now and run out with them would be in an ideal situation, unfortunately.
Grubby has left a couple out that I would have had in there, but...
Well, let him rip. Let him rip.
I would have had Josh Milne. Remember Big Josh?
Yeah. Good player.
Yeah. And Ryan Gans. Do you remember Gans?
Good player. Yes, I do. Yep.
Yeah, they're probably a couple, but
yeah,
someone misses out.
Well, there's so many
I'd probably
players.
have them before I'd have Wilkes.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have had Wilkes at all, but but I was talking to him over there before. We said we'd give him a mention, but you got to remember from 2000 to 2025, you get a lot of players going through the club, so it's not an easy side to make.
No, it's not.
You know?
Yeah, so
and over the few sides we've done, I know there's been a few blokes a bit disappointed they didn't get in. But, you know, that's just someone's opinion. That doesn't mean we're right or wrong.
Oh,
you know?
exactly. But no, you guys have done a great job with it. It's awesome. It's awesome to see on paper.
Righto.
Thank you very much, guys, for having me in here today.
Good on you,
Clarkie.
Clarkie.
Really appreciate it.
Appreciate your time, as Grubby has mentioned, mate. As I said, hopefully, if you want to stay around, sit around with them till half time and enjoy the festivities, you're more than welcome. As I said, it's an interesting game out here at three-quarter time. There's only a 3-point margin. It hasn't changed in the first 10 minutes, and North Geelong are still hanging in. They just kicked it behind now. They're only 2 points behind, so this game could go down to the wire as well. Look, we're going to take a short break before we come back.
I'll just give a quick shout-out to my 4 grandsons who are at home. You're on high. Poppy's doing a good job, I think.
Are they father-son to Grovedale or father-son to Geelong West?
I'll be Geelong West.
Okay, there you go.
You think you're that old?
Anyway, we're going to take a short break and come back and we'll go through today's game, which is the Belmont Lions taking on North Geelong. And the winner, obviously, will proceed to go through and play East Geelong next week. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. As we said, first final is about to, well, not that far away from being up and running. And we have the Belmont Lions taking on North Geelong. And we are looking forward to this game. Both sides during the course of the year played some extremely good footy. And that's why they finished where they are. I know that there was one game where Belmont beat North Geelong by 13 points, so I'm not too sure they played each other a second time during the course of the season. But today's game, Grub, as we said, Belmont now probably close to as good a side as they can get back in on paper. And North Geelong obviously have got a couple of players that played last week, but they do get back Tommy Davis, which will be a bonus for them. How do you see this thing shaping up?
Well,
and where is the game going to be won from?
Well, before I do that, I'd like to send out some condolences.
Yep.
For the was it the little girl?
Yep.
That got killed in the bus crash. It was
Miller Colleen.
Yeah, and I know you know the wife's side of the family. Yep. But Marty, the father, he played at Central. Was a good player, Marty. Good tough player, but a beautiful, beautiful bloke. You know, and his old man Angry, another great bloke. And Killer, his brother, just a great, great family. Things like that shouldn't happen to great families, but unfortunately they do. So from us, all our condolences, and to everyone, keep your chin up.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It's pretty tough, as I said, with, you know, you can go ahead and bury your parents, but when you got to bury your kids, that takes it out of you a bit. So, as I said, it's, to everyone that I know out there that's part of this as well, I'm hoping that they're getting by. As I said, with family around you, it's going to make things a little bit easier, but it's not going to be something that's going to be forgotten in the short terms.
No, it's a tragedy. All right, we'll go back to the game, and I forget what you asked me, but I was just going to say my own thing anyway. But
that's all right, you usually do.
Yeah, but no, I do agree. Belmont went through a period where they had 8, 9, 10 players out, and they kept their equilibrium. They lost a couple, but they won games as well, and they stayed in touch with top spot for a long time. And now they've just been drifting back in dribs and drabs. And I reckon there's probably still 1 or 2 to come in, but that's as strong as the Belmont side I've seen for a long, long time this year. Look, we've always had problems with sides playing on a postage stamp ground, coming onto this St Albans monster of a ground. I know Thompson come and beat everybody, including them in the grand final, but I just thought they had a wonderful final series and proved that you can play on a little ground during the year and come out and have everything in place to play and all your strategies on a big ground. Same sort of conditions, always wind areas, we know that. I think it's going the other way this year, well, today anyway. But I just think Belmont very, very settled, very, very, I don't know, they're not no superstars, there's no ordinary players, they just play a normal game. North Geelong are a bit different. North Geelong on their day are super, and when they don't have their day, they struggle. We've seen them play great footy, we've seen them play, what the hell do you want? Just shut up and let me finish. Go on, what?
Question for you, Grubby. Do you know how long, I know that Belmont have been training on this ground. Do you know how long they've been training on it for and what the differences that would make?
Yeah, so look, it's a pretty good side, Belmont, and I believe an answer. I don't know how long they've been training. All I'm saying is last year they played on very, very well on it, so they can equip themselves very, very well on a big ground. North Geelong, you hit the nail on the head with Tom Davis. Tom Davis is a big bonus to get in because ruckmen are a bit of a scarcity. I know Belmont do have a good ruckman in Hootsma, but how many games has he played over the last 6 to 8 weeks? I'm not quite sure. So then,
I think only one last week. I'm not too sure about the week before, Grub.
Well,
and we know and we've seen Tides come out here with players that haven't been or not 100% right. Can be found out.
And that's when the ground comes into it. When you've had blokes that probably haven't got not the leg speed, but the run in their legs that Hootsma would need. So he would mainly have to go between centre-half forward and centre-half back, which means Davis can drop down back a bit or forward and kick a couple of goals, but which is not normally his go. But look, I've got no idea who's going to win because it's just been so close. And I'm going to say I'll be like a broken record through the whole final series, I reckon, because it's so close. It's whoever can manage to play their best footy on the day. Go on, Archie. Have you go now. Go on.
No, I think it was pretty well summed up as always, Grub. I think that Belmont, obviously they showed last year that just because you play your home ground is on a smaller ground, it doesn't mean that you can't come out here and play on the bigger St Albans and dominate. Obviously Thompson had a golden run, a purple patch through that final series, on the back of Jacob Knight and a few others. But I think, I'm really interested to see today how Evans goes. Obviously I think 7 last week. They both teams, Belmont and North Geelong had pretty convincing wins against their opponents last week. So I'd be interested to see how they go with their keys, especially Evans. How he moves on a bigger ground. Do you still keep him back? If the ball's trapped in defensive 50, do you bring him up halfway, and is he going to be able to transition back and be able to move back and help out? So I'd be interested to see how it goes, but no, I think we're in for a great matchup today. And as you said, Grub, I think all year it's been a very, we don't really know who's going to win it. There's been East Geelong at times, North, Thompson had their times. Balpo still have had purple patches, so I think today might go a long way in seeing who's going to be the team to beat coming into the end of the season here.
I think what you're talking with the big fella in Evans with, I don't like to see him up the ground. On Belmont's ground, I don't like it. He doesn't seem to do, when he does get it, there's not much to kick to. They've got to leave him back. I think it's a tale of the wind. When they've got the wind, he has to stay back, use his body or lead. Against the wind, they can afford him to come up, clog it up a little bit.
Only up 30 metres.
Yeah, not too far, and clog it up a little bit and whatnot. But with the wind, they have to keep him back as far as they can because he can be a big, big danger.
So his biggest bonus is that he's around the goals, and that's his strength. Because I said once he gets up the ground, I like him when he's in range. Because if he's in 30 to 40 metres, he's in range, he can kick goals. Once he starts to get out that side, I don't think he's the same value to Belmont as Lee. So I would be playing, as Grubby said, with the breeze, you're playing deep, because he is quick off the mark. He has got a good thing, and he knows how to use his body.
And one point of saying that as well, him and his brother both used to play at St Albans, so they know how to play the ground very well.
Well, they got two or three others. Vermeulen was, and obviously their coach, joint coach, he was out here as well. So they've got some knowledge of how this ground plays. As I said, they've been out here and played on this ground, and they've played well. So that won't be a question. The thing that they'll need for me, as I said, is with these players coming back, are they going to be a little bit underdone if the game is close and tight towards the end of the game?
Possibly.
And does that then favour a more, I wouldn't say a more nimble side, because we've seen Belmont Lions run the ball as good as anybody during the course of the season. But does it then suit the players that have had that continuity of football all the way through, well, the majority of it, suit them more? That's going to be the big question. And I suppose, does, like a Ben O'Brien, does he start deep? Now, I sort of like him at centre half back with Jasper George outside him and things like that. But is that going to be something they can do today with Big Evans at full forward, or what's your thoughts there?
He's asking you.
Anyone, doesn't matter.
I think
He's got no idea.
I think it's a good. Yeah, exactly right, Rob. No, I think it's a good point. I think he does play his best football when he's off the half back line. But I think there's someone like a Schwennerson, you put him back there and he can create the run and the dash. I've seen him do that in a few games. My interesting one is Jewel. Obviously one of the better players around the ball. We've seen him dominate a few games this year. But if you are Belmont, do you put someone to him straight away to run with him? I know Murdoch's done some tagging earlier in the year.
Harrison Thompson.
Yeah, yep, exactly right. And I think I saw if he's gonna go towards Jewel or what their game's gonna be there. But also, I think a couple of weeks ago, Murdoch got off the chain himself when he wasn't tagging. It's a really good, prolific ball winner. Has really good skills and uses the football well. So I'd be interested to see what they do in there. Thoughts, Grub?
Well, you just answered the way I was going to answer. Look, you have to have a plan B for what you're talking about. But Belmont finished second on the ladder. They've had a very, very good year. And as I was about to say, Murdoch's played his own really good football. I'm saying don't go to anyone at the start, and then we'll see what happens. Maybe if you're against the wind, you can clog it up a bit. But to be quite honest, go in, play your normal game. If it's not working, all right, you can go to a plan B. If some of these Jules getting off the leash, then put someone on him. But at the moment, I don't worry too much about run with players and tagging players. Get in and get the ball. Get it yourself. And the other thing I was going to say before is, how many goals does Evans have to kick to go to the Hotham Hotel? 12? Like he kicked 7-5 late, he didn't give a vote. So what's he got to kick? 12 to go there to see Maury?
There's a way you get these sort of things. It's how you get them and where you get them, and that's probably the reason that day at Belmont Lions I didn't give him any votes. But I know he's going to be up and about for him this year. So Paddy Cleary's the other bloke I just want to mention is in the side. He's another bloke, obviously a experienced defender and can play. Again, maybe the option to leave Benny O'Brien, that's an halfback, would be to play Cleary deep on Evans. Does that work, do you think, or is he just going to be totally outpaced and outdone with size from the start?
I think he can. I think back in the game, might have been against Winchelsea a month or two ago, we saw him play that kind of floating role across the back line. So I think he can definitely do it, and I think that he's got the capacity and definitely fit enough to play that role. They've got a few options here, and Riccardi's got a lot to think about coming into this game. He's got to be able to. One of the things you've got to be able to do at St Albans in finals is be able to adjust. If something's not working, you've got to be able to change your plans, because if you don't, you've seen many a team get blown out here because they don't end up changing their game plan. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Riccardi approaches it.
I see that at least Tommy Swinnerson's made the adjustment. He's got his hair as blonde as I can imagine.
Oh, I haven't. Has he?
Yeah, look at him out here. I had to look at the number on the back to see who the player was.
Oh,
he's had the tips done during the week, and obviously want us to look good for the finals.
I tell you what, you're talking about Peter Riccardi. I watched the front bar the other night when they had Michael Walters on it, and they interviewed Michael Walters from Fremantle, and they asked him who was his favourite player, and he said, "Oh, my idol was Peter Riccardi."
Was he?
Yeah, he was his favourite player from all his life. He reckoned Riccardi was his favourite ever player. And just into that, when Oscar did he get drafted to Geelong at some point, and Walters sent him a letter or rang him up saying, "Congratulations, your dad was my favourite player." So, all that little stuff. Luke Dalhouse playing on Friday night with the Legends game. It just, I think Billy Brown said, "Oh, he plays for Anarchy." It just gives a bit of little recognition to our league. And besides, he's coached very well. Dalhouse has played very well, and all these blokes, they give us a little bit of recognition, so that they help our league out.
Grab your favourite player, Lukey Parker. He's come into the side late in the year, but he's been able to hold his spot.
Yeah.
And again, we know that he's got a kicking prowess, which is pretty dangerous from anywhere around 50 metres. Is he going to be a bonus for them in this side?
Well, maybe. He might let him down a bit too, because I watched him in the seconds last year. I know he wasn't training and that, and I thought, that's the end. He's been a great player. And now he's back. And look, he's a bit of a worry, because you're right. If he gets, I don't think you can afford to let him go down back. He's got to play half forward. And with the win, even against the win, he'll kick you some goals if he can get the footy.
But he does take a good opponent, though, doesn't he?
He does, and they'll be well aware of that. But, Luke, he's nearly done. We all know that. There might be a couple of real big games left in him. I hope there is, and maybe there is. But from what I've seen of him coming back, he's obviously not the Luke Parker that was my favourite player. But unfortunately, great bloke, but he hasn't quite got everything again. You don't want to be chasing blokes, because as we've seen on this big ground, if you haven't got blokes that'll chase and run them down, the ground hurts you again. That's another way the ground hurts you. But look, I think I don't think they need him to kick 6 or 7 goals. He's got to kick 3 or 4 if he can.
So if Blake Miller was available, is he the bloke that maybe not in this side or not starting in the side? I'm not saying he wouldn't be in the side, because he provides, as I said, he's just that brilliance around the ground. He's still a good mover at the ground level, but I reckon with Blake Miller out of the side, you look at their forward line, they haven't got a really tall option. Jordan Purcell, maybe if he plays, but he sometimes starts in the back half. Other than that, I'm not too sure where you look for size. The two Fazio boys aren't big football. Now, having, say, big, if you go out beside them, they're probably taller than us anyway, Grub.
You got Habib?
Well, again, Mitch is not a big...
He has to play.
He can play tall. Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just think you're missing the point. I think the point is their style of game. They'd change it with Blake. Their style of game, like Fazio's finished equal third in the goal kicking for the year.
Oh, yeah.
So, and Habib kicks goals, a lot of goals on the run. I just think, and that's where Luke Parker will come into his own. I think they've got a style of game that doesn't require a big forward. And matter of fact, that's the way they have to play it, because you're right, they haven't got one. So, I don't know. I think their style of game, they can't change it, because they can't just kick it long and high. But Belmont can't either with Evans, so we might see the same.
Yeah, but I reckon you got a few more options down forward for them, because they've got.
Wood, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, he's going to be obviously part of it, but you've got McPherson and Allett, who are very smart footballers.
And they're also very fit. So they can come up the ground as well.
And obviously they're obviously 6'6" whatever.
Yeah.
And can jump as well. So they've got some good options there. And as I said, the game to me is. is in that, well, like most games of football, is in through that middle section. If players can get the ball out, Brock Marnie can take over and have a really good game of football, and then he gets guys like Beasley who kicks goals, but Thompson is in through the middle, Brad Mitchell, all those sort of blokes. If they really start finding their feet, then this could blow out.
Yeah, well, it could.
But if you're going to ask me to pick a side right here now, Grub, I'm sitting like you. I'm sitting right on the fence.
Yeah.
There's not a clear winner of this final series. As I said, it's not something we've seen sides 1 week that play exceptional football. 2 weeks later, you see them and they're not the same brand.
That's the key here.
Yes, and we talked about Thompson last year with the momentum that they gathered and gained, and each week you could tell they were just getting better and better, getting those players back into their side. So again, Belmont getting their players back. Week 1 played last week, maybe the week before. 3rd week, bigger ground, but I think that group will get better as they progress through.
Look, and you're dead set right, but I tell you what, a few weeks ago when you were sitting there at the Keith Barclay Oval and at quarter time, you would have thought that no one will ever beat North Geelong the way they kicked 11 goals in that first quarter.
11 goals for, unbelievable.
How good was that? But they haven't produced that much again. Like Anarchy beat them a couple of weeks ago. Were they really having to go, well, with players out? I don't know. And that's what makes it so hard. We actually better go to the umpires. Now, I had them somewhere. So keep talking, will you, while I try and find them.
Yeah, you have them on the back of an envelope.
Yeah, I know. I can't find the envelope.
Oh, did you?
There it is.
There it is. Hang on, we've got them.
What do you reckon about how much is the centre square being the condition that it's in? It's not.
Well, they should ball it up from out here.
How is that going to impact the transition?
I would hope that they'd have the common sense to move it out of the middle ground. I'm not too sure what you have to do that. Yeah. But for the game itself and for the players that are in there, you get nothing by putting it there because all that's going to happen is the ball's going to come down, bloke's going to slip and slide, and for the first 5 blokes stops you're going to have, it's not going to move out of the middle of the ground.
And just one more for you there, Smithy, maybe you as well, Grubby. Do you start Ricciardi in the middle of seen him,
No.
of the senior leadership, or do you put him across the half-forward line like he has last week and he kicked 6 goals, I think? So, what do you do with him first up?
Well, again, have they tossed yet?
I'd be playing outside. I'd play him outside.
Yeah, definitely outside. Now, I don't know what's going on over there, but the 3 umpires we had here, there's Chris Jones, who we've had a few times, is a very, very good umpire. Jack O'Neill. Jack O'Neill's umpired really well. We've had him a few times this year and done a really good job, and you're not going to believe the third one. The third one's Mark Nolan. He must be 50, maybe a bit older.
Keep going.
He'd be older?
Yeah.
60?
Yeah. He's been around as long as I have.
And a lot of people say, why you give him a game? Well, I'll tell you something. I've seen him now about 3 or 4 times for the year. I went and saw him. He's done a great job. He done a great job last week, and he's actually earned his spot in the seniors today. So 3 really good umpires. I've already been over to Ricciardi and asked him something there, so I don't actually know what's going on. He loves to get himself into the game.
He might have been asking who the captain was and asked him where he was in the centre bounce, but Zach Swinnesson's already up in the
He's
middle
already
of
up
the
there. They've tossed the coin. No one doesn't know where he is. They've tossed it. But look, he's a character of our game, a little bit like Razor Ray in the AFL and that. Sometimes people think you don't need him, but I think we're playing here for fun. We're not playing for sheep stations. We're playing for fun. If you can inject a little bit of that into the game, as long as it doesn't affect his decision making. And as I say, I've seen him 4 or 5 times this year, and he's been terrific. So, well done.
Will they move the ball from the middle of the ground or not?
I'm not sure whether they're allowed to. I'm not sure whether they're allowed to. But I can tell you now.
Maybe that's what he went to discuss with Peter Ricciardi about moving the ball.
Well, it could have been, but then
if that was the case, I reckon it's the best move he's made all day.
Yeah, well, he hasn't made any yet. But
that's what I'm saying. It'll be the best decision that they've actually made for this game of football.
Well, I wasn't watching him before that, but you would think if they went to Peter Ricciardi, they would have also been out to Andy Walscott over there.
Either that or Brent Vermeulen, who was on the ground. So they might have been able to speak to him as well.
Yeah, well, they were going through their paces, so you'd probably go to Andy. But, yeah, look, that'd be a good idea, but it's whether or not you're allowed to. I don't know, because there's some funny rules going around, but I'll tell you what, if they don't, as soon as they ball it up, both sides will be trying to get it out of that mud heap as quick as they can. I know that.
We can tell you now the breeze has, by those flags on the far side of the ground, has almost stopped, and we can tell you that the Belmont Lions will be kicking to the Buckley's end, and obviously North Geelong going back towards the Geelong City end. So we are not too far away from Smithy.
It's been up and down. It's always that end, always away from Buckley's. Find the flags will get up halfway through the quarter, and I think North Geelong are kicking with the wind.
Can we get a tip from each of you?
No. Not giving one.
Not going to give one? Smithy, what do you got for us? Tip?
Now, again, I'm a little bit undone. If I was to... if I was to pick a side here today, and it's only because the Belmont Lions players are coming back from injury and haven't got the game time under their belt, I'm going to tip North Geelong by a very small margin.
I'll go the other way then. I'll go Belmont.
Fair enough.
I'll go North Geelong just to go against Grubby.
Yeah, well, that looked like that decision to throw the ball up from the middle of the ground is not going to change things out there because they're all ill in there. And I'd imagine with their moulded soles on, they're going to be a bit of slipping and sliding. So
we saw in the reserves game a lot of players falling over. So
let's hope this ball comes out quickly. And there's the first surprise. Mitchell Bibb not starting their forward half. He's in the middle of the ground. So siren has sounded. Umpire Nolan, he gets the game underway. Ball thrown up. Davis gets a tap out. And again, Mudfield picked up Beasley, or couldn't pick the ball up. Nice hands out there. And the ball now through Beasley goes back into their half-forward line. Swennerson goes back with the flight. Mark not taken. Wiley at ground level. He's got the ball underneath his legs. It's a Cleary, I think it is. It's put some pressure on. Ball has been held up in there. So, again, some nice quick work from the middle of the ground. And I reckon the ball from Marnie was the player that got the handball out before. Again, throw up right on the half-forward line now. From there, the ball comes out to Marnie again. Over the top, back in the hands now. Murdoch kicks the ball into their full forward position, going across. Mark not taken out there by Sammy Reynolds, yes. And the ball now underneath players. Umpire did the right thing and quickly called for it back. And there will be a ball up 20 metres out from the Belmont goals. North Geelong in that last quarter did do a lot of the attacking going that other way, so whether the breeze had stopped a little bit, but again, ball now from that ruck contest. There's a high decision. Ball is going to go to North Geelong. Jasper George is going to be the recipient. So George now will have the ball, as I said, about 25 out from the Belmont goals. George decides to go to the far side of the ground, kicks out long. Davis is out there, but he's got a teammate out there. The mark has been taken out there. Jordan Purcell, little chip up over the top. Davis moved himself down the ground, did that nicely. And he will be important for North Geelong today. His kick going forward. Kick wasn't great off the boot. Player may have been interfered with. Was it Cooper Pass that was interfered with out there? And
should have been front on contact.
A little bit, I reckon, might have been there. But umpire says everything okay. Ball is going to go back to the umpire, and as I said, right on the point of the square on the far side of the ground. Davis up over the top, down to Swennerson, nicely out of the contest, kicks into their forward line towards Fazio. Ball gets out the back. Parker has time, has space, round the body he goes, but he will bring it back too far through for the first score of the day. Lukey Parker, North Geelong to that one solitary behind. Belmont Lions, they are yet to score. We've got 2 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
Do you know what I mean? He never, ever in a million years missed that 5-6 years ago, Lukey.
Yep.
Never.
So Belmont to kick in here. They're going to go out the far side of the ground. It's a long kick towards the defensive 50 line. The ball hits the deck. Couple of players at the ground level. Murdoch was good. Got the handball out. Might have been to Hootsmar. Now find a teammate on the wing. It's Beasley. He's got some space. He's going to go in the middle of the ground. Good mark from McPherson. McPherson has the ball, centre of the ground. Looks up, kicks the mongrel off the boot, but well read it was from Marnie. He goes quickly inside the forward 50. Evans couldn't quite. Wiley's there as well. Can he pick up the ball? He can't quite. Evans has got it now. Schwennerson's happy to see the ball over the goal line, and it's the first minor score of the day for the Belmont Lions. So 0-1 to 0-1. 2:40 gone in the first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment. Kick out now. It's going to be Farrell. So Farrell short. He goes out to Cleary. Now Cleary down the line. Murdoch coming across and taking a nice interceptive mark. So he looks up at his options. He's going to go short inside the forward 50. Finds a teammate now. So 45 out from goal. Probably a bit beyond the range. Tries to take the player on, then goes to the pocket. It might be Beasley. He looks inboard, looking for McPherson. Over his head now. They're going to defend gallantly. Ball hits the deck. Couple of handballs. Allett comes through. Handball over the top now. Not clean football at the moment. Now Reynolds has the ball, and then he goes out wide to McDonald. McDonald on his left foot kicks, but it's all Belmont if they can pick up the ball here. They do. Now the handball out wide, should be holding the ball. Umpire says play on. Parker was involved there as well. How's the umpire going to see this one?
No, he's not.
He waited a long time.
He actually waited a little bit too long. It's not a criticism, but it's just I think he should have blown it a little bit earlier.
And he said, give the ball to me. So the ball up now. just in front of us in the commentary position. True centre wing. Ball kicked forward down North Geelong's way now. That was Silky around the corner from Vaughan. He goes back inboard now. They might have a shot at goal here, although coming out of nowhere and a great tackle it was. It might have been Mitchell. Now ball still ping-ponging around. Still chasing the ball is Mitchell. And then coming through. Oh, it might be the first goal of the day. No. Just missed by Ricciardi. He swooped on it quickly and had all the time. And just missed wide. So another minor score. We've gone 4 minutes and 4.5 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
It was a magnificent tackle by Brad Mitchell coming up. That's why the umpire didn't play holding the ball. He didn't hold the tackle. If he holds the tackle, it's holding the ball and the ball's back the other way.
Coming at speed, grab,
Yeah.
Mitchell. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
now
right.
going to kick out from the full-back position, so he's doing it all. He's going to go long, clubroom side of the ground, goes out towards Hootsmar, open the back, Davis, brings the ball back to the front of the contest, picking the ball up, kicked in there by Swenison. That's Tom, back to their half-forward line. Mitchell.
No, it's out, is it?
Out of bounds, yeah. Umpire's call for it back there. Didn't think there was too much urgency down the bottom end. So the ball is coming back to the umpire, just short of the Belmont Lions interchange bench there. So umpire just coming in. Davis doing the work, and Hootsma. Davis front position. Takes it out of the air. Well, he actually tried to palm it off to Fazio. Ball went through the contest, picked up. Handball out there was by Wilson. Didn't travel too far. Zach Swenison puts his head over the contest. Murdoch's also there. Did nicely. Got the ball out. Allett off the ground. Gathered some ground. Beasley goes back. Brock Marnie had it. Lost it. Ball hands up there by Swenison over the top. Goes towards his teammate there in Purcell. He handed the ball straight back to his Belmont opponent. And
No.
Now, I'm not too sure. There was prior opportunity there. Umpire has deemed something a little bit different there. Not too sure that wasn't even 50 then. But umpire now has settled things down. And Purcell, he's going to go long into their forward line. Hootsmar, best position. He won't let the side down. And he takes the mark. So poor kick there. So Hootsmar now goes out the back to Slorak. Slorak now brings the ball back, clubroom side, and again, long carry on the ball over the top. Purcell did nicely from behind, and he will go back and send North Geelong back into attack. Looks in towards the centre half forward position. Coming up the ground was Parker, a little bit far out there for his distance. But Lukey Parker now looking at his options. He's got short player on in Fazio. He'll go in that direction. So they chip the ball a little bit closer towards goal. There's still a kicking a bit from goal. So the next kick going forward will be the important one. Fazio decides to take the player on the mark. He's got around him. Little chip up over the top. Coming out. Mark was taken. I reckon it's his brother that's come out there, I think. And it has been a good pass. And it was Damien to John. And he is going to go back and look at his first goal of the afternoon. Has been amongst the goals most of the season.
What it did start us off with, when we were talking before about their plan of not having a tall forward, Luke Parker knew that, so he didn't roost it. Fazio knew that, so he played on and didn't roost it. So that's the style of the game they're going to play, aren't they?
They're going to need to. Yes, no tall options. You've got to change things up a little bit, Grub. There'll be a time to go long. But John Fazio comes in. He's going to kick from 45. Has he got the distance? Yes, he has, but he hasn't got the accuracy through for a minor score. So moves North Geelong now to 3 straight behinds. Belmont Lions are 1 solid behind. We've gone 8 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
Look at the flags now, Smithy.
Up and about.
Yeah.
It's going to be Mitchell to return the ball again. McPherson with a strong lead up middle of the ground. He ignores him. He's going to go out wide again. It's the same position he has gone the last 3 times. Comes out wide, and it's good interceptive mark taken. So inside 50 here. North Geelong is an opportunity for him. They might fly with a good mark in defence. Coming back the other way. So a bit of kick to kick at the present time. They've had the ball majority of the time. It's been on that far side. It was told to play on. It might have been Eddie. He goes down centre wing. Ball is punched over the boundary line, and we'll have a stoppage. Far side. True centre wing. So umpire has the ball now and will return it. So Ruckman jostle for front position. Davis tries to get to the front and then taps over the top. It was not won by either Ruckman, and then the ball's kicked forward. Here's an opportunity for North Geelong and a good mark taken by Vaughan. So he's probably 55. He's going to low chiseling kick. Is the mark taken up by? Says yes. Diving mark.
Want to go
Was
stick
by
over there.
Fazio. I thought it could have hit the deck. We'll call it a professional slide from Fazio. Takes the mark, and he's going to have a shot for the first goal of the day.
Well, I seen Steve Smith catch one like that one day, and the video said he didn't catch it, and I don't think he marked it. I reckon it was a half volley.
Did he have his
I reckon
his
it was a
fingers
half
under the
volley.
ball? Or?
I reckon it was a half volley. But anyway,
So he's got a kick of probably 40 metres directly in front to kick their first goal of the day. Fazio goes back from 40. It looks pretty good off the boot. It's gun barrel straight. He kicks the first of the day. No goals won, Belmont to 1-3-9. We've gone 10 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
well, it actually started off. They really needed that one, believe it or not, because, as we say, when the flags do get up, there's no doubt that the wind's going that way. It's been the score and end for both the other games, and with 3 points on the board, they really, really needed to slot one through. So, yeah, it was 50-50, but when he kicks a gun barrel straight, like you said, Archie, that's what they needed, and I think they need probably a couple more.
Ball back in the middle of the ground now, and Ruckman to go at it. Davis again brings the ball down, picked up by Jewell, got it out the back. Habib on the overlap, gets the ball out wide. So again, they move the ball into their half-forward line. Ball now runs. Seros has got the ball in front of himself. Where's the ball gone over? Not yet. Now it has. And it's going to be a throw-in from in front of the club rooms here at St Albans. So Wood hasn't got us onto the ground as yet. I reckon he might be their option as another ruckman, maybe Grubb, do you think?
Well, he'd be their second one, yeah. And I think with Hootsma missing a lot of games, he will be called.
Yep, so both ruckman again. Hootsma got fist the ball into the hands of Evans, got the handball. Vermeulen did that nicely. Handball comes outside. Ball kicked out towards the boundary line. Leading in the race for the ball is going to be taken over. And we're going to have a throw in. The Brockenshire was that player. Right in front of where we sit here, about to restart it. So Davis and Husmar have done it for the all of the first quarter. Husmar front position, a big fist forward going again. Ball to the half-forward line. Stapleton was taken without possession, but umpire said it's okay. Throw in again. So they've moved it another 20 metres around. Not too sure whether there's much plan in what they're trying to do just by belting it that way, but they are taking ground.
Nice hair colour, mate.
So the ball thrown back in, this time Davis front position, but Hooch were over the top once again. Ball goes back towards the boundary line. George is best position there. Handball comes out from George Blaine, coming across to him, and later assistance with Smith, but he's seen the ball over the boundary line, so another throw in this time. So it's moved another 20 metres closer to the Belmont Giles. So inside forward 50 now. This young girl's earning her keep today.
She is, isn't she?
If she moves another 20 metres down the field, I reckon she'll get another go here.
I won't want to come back too quick because the other boundary umpire is pretty close.
Yep, so this time again, Davis and Evans, the ball from Davis goes back towards the boundary line. And it's going to be another ball up, or throw in, I should say. This will be the fourth one we've had in a very short period. Big Benny Evans has come up to do the ruck work. Husmar now sits back off the ball in some space by himself. Ruckman go at it again. No, the Ruckman put hand on the ball through the legs of, what was that? Harrison Thompson, but he's been awarded a free kick. Must have been high, the umpires indicated.
He's indicated it, but I couldn't quite see it.
Yeah, so he's now looking for some options. Slorak slips on the outside. Ball goes to him, he loads up. That's not a bad kick off the boot. It's going to have the distance, gets to the goal square. Brockenshire did nicely, brings the ball to ground. Allett leads in the race for the ball. Jules there. Now he's got some presence there as Cleary's also come in, but the ball has gone over the boundary line. So we've had 3 or 4 goes at this, and it's going to be happening again. We've gone over 13 and a half minutes. It is 1-3 North Geelong. Belmont Lions are 1 solitary behind.
So a 35 out from Belmont's goal. Looking for their first now. Ball's back in. Hits the deck. Evans couldn't grab it. Now Allett comes through, but he's tackled instantaneously. So there'll be another ball up. 40 metres out from Belmont's goal now. lot of repeat stoppages here in this first quarter as we're up again. Davis trying to get the tap down. It comes out. And then a snap was wide. It was never looked on target from the start. I think it was from Marnie.
Yep.
So North Geelong will return the ball from deep in their back line. It's going to be O'Brien. We did talk about quite a lot pre-game. He kicks in, although it wasn't the best kick. Schwennerson has the ball now. Handballs over the top. Deep back in the defensive line now. Now another handball. Schwennerson again. And then
too
they're trying to
fancy.
tap the ball. Allett gets a handball, and here's an opportunity. Here's Murdoch. Can he kick the first of the day for Belmont to the tip of the goal line? Evans, and a great fist over the top.
Well, I tell you
What a play from Jasper George. He hits the ball over the goal line, and that's going to be another behind for Belmont. They're now no goals to 1-3-9. North Geelong, 15 minutes gone this first quarter, brought to you by Bucks
He
Entertainment.
did really well because I thought it might have been interference for a while coming the other way, but he just turned his body.
So George is going to go wide. Now it's a better kick, although the chest mark was dropped.
He held him.
Umpire has picked out a free kick. It's going to be held. Good call there, Grubby. He's going to go out wide, try to go to the ruckman, gets over his head and goes out of bounds. I'm pretty sure Tommy Davis is happy with that because I don't think he would have won the foot race.
Well, I tell you what, this is finals footy. You can get away with it in home and away. Mitchie, your bib, he loves that stuff, the old tappy mitty. Grab hold of the ball and give it a handball. That's how you play football. Mitchie, get back to the basics because that's what you have to do to win finals. That nearly cost him a goal then.
Ball in near true centre wing, outer side of the ground. Davis gets the tap down now over the top, coming through. Umpire says play on. Here's another opportunity for North Geelong. They go inside, forward 50. They are looking for Fazio. Couldn't quite get to when the ball was going to run over the boundary line. So I have a ball in, and the pace in which they transition that would be a worry for Belmont.
Now, that may have something to do with the wind too, I think.
Yeah. So ball in now. Deep in North Geelong's forward 50. Currently kicked the solitary goal of the day as the ball's back in. Down. Good fancy tap over the top. Now trying to get through was O'Brien. Umpire says no prior opportunity, so I'll have another stoppage. Probably 40 metres out now. It's Fazio alone in the square, playing one out. It might be also down there's Purcell. So ball's up again now. Opportunity for North Geelong. Handball over the top, trying to find Riccardi. Couldn't quite. Then also involved. Ball in congestion. It's going to come out to Farrell. Can he get a quick handball? He can. Now they've got an opportunity. Left foot. If they've got a player free in the pocket, he take the mark. He can.
Purcell, I reckon.
So Purcell's going to have a shot from 40 metres out, probably 45. Tough angle. It is Geordie Purcell. And to kick their second goal of the day. It was just him and Fazio alone in the forward 50 deep, and he got out and his opponent. He was playing on Wilson just a bit too quick off the step. So now coming in is Purcell. It looks rough off the boot, but he's kicked the goal. The celebration to go along with it as well. North Geelong have kicked their second goal. They've kicked 2, 3, 15 to no goals to Belmont. We've gone 18 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Bucky's Entertainment.
Well, they adjusted things a little bit. They went in twice from the other side, and they just kicked it to nobody. There was no North Geelong, not so much the bloke kicking it, but they weren't given any leads. They kicked it out of bounds a couple of times, and they looked pretty non-venomous, didn't they, going in? That time they went across because they had a lead. They had a lead. It was a good kick, a good mark, and a great goal. And I just think they probably need another one before we finish, maybe another 2.
Jake Wood on doing the ruck work, and Cooper Parsk is going to be the ruckman for the North Geelong side. Parsk actually wins the ball down. Ball comes out. Harrison kicked the ball off the ground. Again, Habib's there. Does lend support. Comes outside. And again, Smith taking a little bit high. Did the right thing then, settled himself down and has possession of it now. Plays on, runs and gets away a little bit here. Ball goes outside towards Teros, and ball sat in the softer ground there. Player now has the ball, and that was, I reckon, ball's been tapped out now, kicked off the ground again. Smith brings the ball back into their half-forward line. Vaughan's there. He was taken down to ground. Umpire said a push in the back. Free kick going to North Geelong. So an opportunity again here. North Geelong, they're outside range. Ball goes across the ground. That's nice work. It goes from Billy outside to Purcell and over the top towards Parker. And he will be in range here. Lukey Parker inside 50. Umpire will bring him back to about 40 metres out. Kick from 45. So Luke Parker an opportunity to kick the goal.
And that goes back to their game plan. Switch the ball, have a lead. They had someone to kick to.
So Luke Parker from about 40, far side of the ground, kicks at it. He brings it straight over the umpire's head.
That's what you want to see.
That's what you want to do. Exactly. He has got his first of the afternoon. North Geelong, their third. They're 3-3. Belmont Lions on 2 behinds. 19 and a half minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
And look, yes, he got the lead, and we all know it's a big ground, and it is a full 50. This is not like Belmont's 37 or 38. This is 50 metres. But what you do know is if you can get it to Luke Parker anywhere near just inside that 50, he's going to make the distance. All it's going to be is straight, and that one was as straight as a die. He does that 3 or 4 times for the game, and that's his spot in the side. That's what we were talking about before the game.
So back in the middle now. Over the top trying was Wood. He couldn't quite get the tap out. And then it comes, how's the umpire going to see this in the centre of the ground? He says play on, ball gets out, and then might have taken the legs out. The umpire's still waiting.
Geez,
does wait
a
a long time. And I don't know if I like it or not because you meant to, it makes the players get the ball out because I think they're going to be pinged. But we're back up again now. Wood couldn't quite get it, and then the ball came out to Pask. He kicked out wide. Vaughan's leading in the chase. He goes to gather the ball, couldn't quite. Now Michelle over the top, running through. Might have been chasing him was Ricciardi, and then handball from Thompson. They've gone one too many here, and they're turning the ball over. Might have been Billy on the outer side. Now they've got an opportunity here. They're running inside forward 50. The connection was not there. It was a good interceptive mark taken.
Sheriff, I reckon.
The Sheriff. That's a good mark on the defensive 50 line now. Goes towards true centre wing. McPherson trying to fly. Couldn't quite gather the ball. And then it hits the deck. Handball over the top. That was crafty from McPherson. He might get the 1-2 here. No, it's come out wide now. Now through the middle of the ground. Here's Michelle. He's going to try and look for Evans. Although the kick was just misplaced. And it was well read. Coming back the other way. So now they go in the middle of the ground.
That's got to be a free kick.
It's going to be a free kick. But turn that over, that would have been on there. So getting the ball back now is Habib. He's going to go in the path of George. George, he's got to beat 2 here. He gathers the ball, coming back the other way. It was craftily done through his teammate. And then the kick inside forward 50 from Noah Billy. Can someone take a mark over the top? They might get another goal here. They do! Fazio kicks their 4th. They've kicked 4-3, 27 to no goals, 2. 21 gone in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
And look, they've actually upped the ante, haven't they? They started off a bit tentatively north, and they've really upped the ante in the last 5 or 6 minutes and played some really good footy. But I like the kick out here. Instead of kicking it to his teammate, he kicked it 5 metres in front of him. And why did he do that? Because he was on the big fella Evans, and he knew Evans couldn't catch him. And in the end, they got caught, they got it out, they got it down, they got another goal. And they really just started to hit their straps. This last 5 or 6 minutes of football has been terrific to watch from North Geelong.
So again, back in the middle now. Pask and Wood doing ruck work. Ball thrown up by the umpire. Again, Pask over the top, timed it nicely. Ball comes back. Ball is going to be picked up out there, Beasley. A little bit of pressure applied. Ball goes back outside now, kicked forward by McDonald into their half-forward line. They've been doing this nicely here. They've got numbers at ground level. They need to win possession of it, but it's Belmont who emerge with the ball. Teros laid the tackle. Umpire said that was incorrect, I think, but it's going to be a free kick going to Teros. And he's got the ball just outside their forward 50. So again, next kick going forward will be the important one. They've chipped the ball around so far. Player gets out the back. Slorak read that nicely, but that's a great pair of hands. And the mark has been taken out there. Is it Vaughan again? Just can't see who it is.
Well, I'm not sure, but I don't think Slorak read it too nicely, Smithy.
Well, I thought he did. He got there in position. Just went over the top grab. I'm going to say it's Vaughan, but I'm not 100% sure.
A long way out there.
Yes. So another opportunity here for North Geelong. Their last 5 to 10 minutes has been very good in the way they brought the ball into their forward line. And an opportunity again to score here would make this a very good quarter for them. Steps in, kicks that goal. Umpire said that is straight through the middle. They now have their 5th. They move to 5-3. Belmont Lions are 2 behinds. 24 minutes gone. Bucklers Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
Well, in all games today, I don't think any side's kicked 5 goals with the win. So, you know, when you get a win like this, I know when we started the flags were down, but it is a reasonable breeze. And if you had said to me they're going to kick 5 goals in the first quarter, that would be enough. But at the 24 and a bit minute mark,
Do we know who kicked it yet?
Hey?
Do we know who kicked the goal? Thank you. That was Charlie Smith. Thank you.
It was Charlie Smith. But as I say, there's room for a couple more here.
So back in the middle now, ball over the top. Belmont probably have to respond to the next goal. And there's going to be a downfield free kick. So undisciplinary from the Belmont players.
I don't know if they have to respond with a goal. What they have to respond is to make sure they don't kick another one, you know, or another 2 in this last 5 or 6 minutes.
So Smith goes forward in the path to McDonald. Couldn't quite get to the 5th. It was a crafty fist because it's inside forward 50. Now coming the other way. How did he get out of that? Handball over the top. Couldn't find his team out in Terros. Now comes to pass coming the other way. And now Beasley gets up and under. What a tackle. He's given holding the ball. That's a team lift to that one as they go inside forward 50. It might have been Jewel over the top. They should defend this, although they're having a mare at the moment, the defenders. Coming back in now, here's an opportunity for McDonald. He runs into trouble, still gets the ball forward. Now comes out to Parker and McPherson. Can McPherson clean it up? He's come a long way up the ground. He's wrapped up, and the umpire's going to say, give it to me. So exciting football in this first quarter. We'll have a stoppage 55 metres out from the North Geelong goal.
Oh, no, he's pushed him in the face or something. There's going to be a free kick to Belmont.
So there's going to be it's going to go to Allett, and there's going to be a
And a
50-metre penalty as well.
Well, I think one umpire paid the free kick, and I think the other one, Mark Nolan, paid the 50. So there must have been words spoken.
So Allett's going to come up to about 70 metres out from goal. He's probably looking for Evans. He's going to give the handball to Murdoch. Murdoch to the tip of the goal square. Wood's got to fly. He can't take the mark. Wiley's there, and the ball's going to beat them all and go out of bounds. So we'll have a ball in. We've gone 26 minutes in this first quarter. And we'll have a ball in from no more than 15 metres out from the Belmont goal. And they'd love one here to cut that margin back. They don't want to know there is a wind, but don't want to let it get out too far as the ball's back in now. Evans is going to be in the ruck. He's just going to grab it. Gets tackled straight away. Don't know if he had prior. As the umpire going to see it, he's going to pin him. So I
don't understand that. How do you wait so long? He's never going to get it out. It's I don't know.
So the free kick was won by Pask. He goes out wide. And there's going to be another 50-metre penalty. So that's the second one in no more than 5 minutes.
Good 50.
Very good 50. He comes up to near the centre of the ground. He's going to go quickly now and turns the ball over straight away. So it's going to go down the throat of Pelham. He's going to have the ball in the half-back line for Belmont. The ball has stayed majority of the time on that far side. Hasn't come over this side very often at all. The boundary road side as the ball gets over the back now. North Geelong do win it out through, might have been Cleary it was, and then there's going to be a stoppage furthest possible distance away from us in the commentary position. So true centre wing, ball up, just didn't go out of bounds, so Ruckman will go at it. Comes out now, involved was Murdoch, and then the ball's going to go out of bounds again. So I have another stoppage. So 28 minutes gone in this first quarter. Belmont to 2 behinds to 5-3-33.
So boundary umpire to be starting play on the far side, centre wing, true centre wing. Ball thrown back in, Puff still doing the ruck work. Ball tapped out there by Wood. Ball goes back towards Swennerson. He can't pick the ball up cleanly. McPherson, he did so. Ball comes out of that contest. Umpires let things go here. And he sits around the outside. Said this time it's not going to come out. And he will ask for it back. Ball up, similar position to the throw-in. So it's going ball in the air. Both ruckmen a little bit on it out there on the far side. And again, it's can't exactly see who's got clean possession of it. Don't think any player has because it's been held up underneath a group of players, and umpire will ask for it back again. Tommy Davis now moves himself over there, so he's the taller of the options. Ball from that ruck contest goes towards Evans. He can't pick it up. Habib's there. He's trying to force the ball out. And again, we're going to have another opportunity to see the umpire play his trade. Ball is with the umpire. Ball thrown up. Again, ball hits the ground this time. Neither up and get a fist on it. Mitchell tries to emerge with the ball, goes back towards the boundary line, kick round the boundary line, back behind the ball. Belmont have players, and now the ball is kicked into their half-forward line, coming across. Purcell got hand on ball, now pushes wildly towards the boundary line. It's been kept alive, back towards Cleary. He's tackled without the ball. Again, Belmont are trying to work the ball forward from that far side, but can't get through the contest. The numbers around there from North Geelong has been good. Their pressure has been good all this first quarter, so we're continuing towards the 30-minute mark, and again, the ball from that contest comes down. Davis got the ball down. Swennerson tried to sweep it out toward Brockenshire. Ball back over the boundary line, so another throw is going to take place again. 5-3 North Geelong. They lead Belmont Lions 2 behinds, and we've gone just on 30 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
So 50 metres out from Belmont's goal. Love a late, they'd love a goal. Full stop as the ball's back in now. Comes in, there won't be too long to go. Coming through was McDonald, gets the kick, but well read off the boot it was. It might have been Mayman. So they're going to move the ball forward, have a deep inside 50, you'd think. They're going to go inside here in the path of McPherson. Couldn't take the mark. Then still gets rid of the player, then gets bumped, loses the ball. Now Evans gets the handball out, trying to find Wooden, couldn't quite. Then a quick kick off the boot, might have been Cleary, and it's in the path of his teammate, although Belmont might mop up. Couldn't get there was Tesros. And then coming through is Wilson. Wilson kicks as the siren for the first quarter goes. A dominant one from North Geelong. Belmont, no goals, but 2 behinds. North Geelong, 5-3-33. We went 31 minutes in that first quarter, brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment.
So as we said, Belmont Lions yet to score a goal, so no one for them, but for North Geelong, we have 2 to John Fazio and 1 each to Parker, Smith and Purcell. Take a short break, come back, second quarter action is not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. In the finals football, they were managed 5 goals, 3 for the quarter, and were able to restrict the Belmont Lions as just the 2 solitary behind. So at quarter time, it is 5-3, and they lead Belmont of the 2 straight behinds. Grub, as I said, slow start, but they did proceed to show their football ability.
Well, yeah, and they did. And look, they had as I say, they had the wind, but you can see that the wind's not going to do it for you. You've got to do it yourself. They were tentative going in forward line. They had no leads coming. And halfway through the quarter, I thought Belmont doing a wonderful job here. And if they keep doing that, then kick a couple in the second quarter, North Geelong could be in trouble. But then they opened up. They really started to play good footy. They had leads from Lukey Parker and the other bloke that took that other mark.
Fazio.
Yeah. And all of a sudden there was some lead. They didn't go in badly. They went in well. They won the ball out of the centre. And it just shows, like, the players I'd knocked down for being their better players were like Wilson, Beasley, Brad Mitchell. He played pretty well all quarter. Murdoch, McPherson, Marnie. They were all good in the first 15. But when they weren't so good in the second 15, because North just trampled, North come out of the centre, and look, we know Mitch Abib is a forward. He's getting the ball out of the centre and using the ball out of the centre. Parker looks dangerous when he can lead. Farrell's done a few nice things. Charlie Smith done a few nice things too. Very good player. Purcell. Tommy Swinnison gets kicks. He knocks up getting kicks, of course. George was good in defence. The whole defence was good. They didn't allow him a goal. Belmont had a couple of chances to kick a couple of goals, and the North Geelong defence was too good. But that's what they have to be this quarter, because they're going to get the aid of a bit of a breeze. So what the North Geelong defence is going to have to do is exactly the same. It'll be coming in a little bit better. It'll be coming a little bit more often. But if they can do that and kick a couple of goals themselves, they're well on the way to having a second semi-final next week.
Obviously, we're going to have to see how the wind goes this quarter to be able to say how much of an impact it will have. But I thought their transition football was lacking a little bit. I thought their connection inside forward 50. I'd like to see how many inside 50s they had, Belmont. I reckon it was, probably at least 10, I'd say, and they didn't have that connection going inside 450. I thought Braden Eddy's the one that, if he gets his hands on the footy a bit more, he's the one that usually is the connector and hits up those targets like in the middle of the ground and then also inside 450. So if he starts getting the ball off half back a bit more, I think they'll go a long way and get back into this match.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There was a couple of times where Evans was going to take the mark. I thought it was going to be a free kick for running the wrong way, interference, no worries. Was able to turn his body, get a fist to it with his eyes on the footy. And a couple of those times that they did go in pretty well, North Geelong defence handled it brilliantly. Yep. And if they can do that against the wind and stop Belmont from kicking goals, then they've got a bit of an uphill battle. But if they've got to start getting the ball out of the centre, Belmont. They've got the players in there to do it. They have to start getting out of the centre, and they must get a couple of early ones.
So second quarter action not too far away here. So all players start to move to their respective positions. And some work to be done, you would think, here by Belmont. But they would need to start this quarter positively. And I suppose that will just mean getting the ball out of the middle. So umpire now puts ball in air. Second quarter is underway. And again, Ruckman to be going at it. Hootsmar back in there against Davis. Davis over the top, down to Swinnison. Outside with the handball. Went towards Evans. He's on hands and knees. Now Davis is over the top. Ball definitely going to come out of that contest. Umpire very quickly this time calls for it back, and it's good to see him moving it away from that middle of that sloppy mess. Good
You're
choice
fixated
there.
on that, aren't you?
Yep, I hate that. As I said, they shouldn't have it in there at all. But the ball now kicked into their half-forward line. Marnie leads in the race of the ball, just needs a favourable bounce, hasn't picked the ball up yet. Swinnison was taken off out of the contest. Good pick up there by Wiley.
Oh, that's dropping the ball.
Was clear in disposal there. Wrong disposal. Ball from Marty. Goes back. Evans taken underneath the contest. Umpire said there's been an infringement, and Evans will be the recipient of that free kick.
Well, this is the one they want early.
Yes.
Because I tell you what, there's nothing worse than having 5 goals kicked on you when you're against it. If North Geelong get the first one the other way, it really takes the wind out of your sails. But they've done the right thing here, Belmont. Got a bit lucky. I thought it was a free kick.
Was there any infringement there? Or?
Well, I can't see. I think so, but I think the one they missed before was the one that got it there.
So Evan comes in, and he has left offline there. Jumper has moved across and through for a minor score. So now 3 behinds to the Belmont Lions. 5-3 North Geelong as they were at quarter time. Jasper George going back to the goal square to do the kicking and duties.
We saw him do that a couple of times at Belmont a couple of weeks ago. He really, at this stage of the game, he can't afford to do that.
That was an important kick just to get them up and rolling. And every time now someone lines up, Grub, you know what it's like. That bit more pressure. George now comes out short to the back pocket. Sammy Reynolds in the back pocket takes the mark. So he's now will pull, I reckon, or move the ball now from the half-back pocket to the half-back line. Ball comes out of that contest, picked up there. Swennerson over the top, goes to George, try to feed it through towards Davis. Unfortunately, it only went as far as McPherson. His little chip over the top was good to Mitchell. Runs inside 50, gets around the plane coming at him, loads up, goes long towards the goal square. Who's back there? Ball from that contest goes back towards the boundary line. Evans picks the ball up, goes outside, back towards Wilson, steps around, back on the left foot, back towards goal. Who's there?
No
North
one.
Geelong with numbers, so it's going to be picked up Purcell. He's got nothing down this side of the ground, so they have to run the ball. Goes to a bib. He just loads up and goes long out towards centre wing. Zeros makes the contest. Ball comes to ground. Davis and Pask over the top of it. Dives on top of it. Being kept alive now. Hootsmar tries to get the ball out. Davis does so. Misses the boot with the ball. Now it's kicked over the boundary line by Michelle. And it's going to be a throw-in on the centre wing. So North Geelong have been able to manage to get the ball outside their defensive end. Davis and Hootsmar doing the ruck work. They've gone back a fair way here. Young girl, nice throw-in too, by the way. Ball from Davis. Again, tapped back towards their goal. Jewell taps the ball in front of himself, went back and collected it. Oh, that might have been high. It has to be high. From where we said it was high, it might have been a little bit blindsided, but umpire said, no, I'm going to have it back. So right on true centre wing. Another ruck contest to be happening. Ball from Hootsmar goes down. Murdoch taken off the ball. Davis went back and picked the ball up. Wants to get the handball away. Took his time but did so. Got it to Evans. His ball comes out of his hand. Hootsmar had another fresh airy. And the ball's going to be held up once again. Third time we're going to have a ball up. So we've gone almost 3.5 minutes. Elders Insurance second quarter. The Belmont Lions 3 behinds. North Geelong 5-3.
So Belmont still looking for their first goal. There's been an infringement in the ruck. So it's going to go the way of Hootsmar. Hootsmar goes down the line, inside 450. Can they make something work here? And no, it's not a great entry. Didn't give McPherson much of a chance. A good interceptive mark taken on the half-back flank by Jasper George, as he so often does. And then wide to Cleary, and Cleary, one more. They're going to switch the ball here. They've done it a few times today. North Geelong look good doing it. Gone out wide, but Belmont have cut it off well. Ray Neddy's the one down there they've got to avoid with this kick. So now the kick over the top. It's a great kick. So they're going to go through the centre towards the tip of the centre of the ground. Now McDonald has the ball. He's going to go inside 4. He's got a man all alone. Can he take the mark? He can. He's going to play on and kick the goal.
No, missed the goal.
Hits the post.
He hit the post. He did. So he probably could have gone back. I think it was Fazio, wasn't it?
Yep.
So he could have gone
in the goal
back.
square as well.
Could have gone back and kicked the goal from no more than 15 metres out. Played on, and that costed him. So now Belmont quickly coming back. Not a great kick. Now there's an opportunity for Fazio again. If he can tackle this player, he can't. Now Belmont kick the ball forward. Coming through, Wiley involved. Can he gather the ball? Now he does. What's the umpire going to say? He waits a long time again and says, give the ball to me. So opportunity going begging for North Geelong there. Score now is 3 behinds to Belmont, 5-4-34. 5 minutes gone this second quarter. The ball's back down again. Davis got the tap out. Now coming through for Belmont, it was on Steele, and then over the top, the kick from Mitchell. Get to the centre of the ground. Just juggling and not taking the mark, then putting his head over the ball. He did duck into that, so no worries with that being play on. And Vaughan was the player in question, and we'll have a stoppage just in front of us here near the centre of the ground. So, ball up again. Davis down. Schwennerson involved. Handball in the path of Fazio. It was Damien. Now they go inside 450. North Geelong. Here's an opportunity for him. Coming out the back. It is Pass. Can he get the ball? They're appealing for deliberate. Not given. So it's going to be a stoppage 10 metres out. They'll have a ball in from North Geelong's goal. And they're looking to continue this assertance they've had on this game. So, ball back in now. Front position for the ruck. North Geelong ruckman comes out. Now they might have an opportunity at goal here. They do, and it's missed to the near side. It was the ruck. Pass was in the ruck. He did his own roving, got the ball out, and just didn't steady himself and missed the near side. So, no goals, Belmont, 3 behinds. The 5-5-35. We've gone 7 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
Eddie with the ball now. This is the bloke that they need to have the ball in because he's a generator from the half-back line. He's now looking to look at his options. He decides to go back towards centre wing. Kick out there. Davis is in front. Ball gets out the back. Hoosmar couldn't take it. Davis went down and picked the ball up. Got rid of it. Not too sure how he got rid of it. Ball now at ground level. Riccardi puts head over. No, it's not Riccardi over there. This time it might be Smith once again. He tried to come out and it was Swenison that emerged. But umpire said there's going to be a ball up which will take place. And again, Davis taking on Hoosmar on the far side. Over the top this time, Davis steps the ball down again. Picked up there by Wilson. Goes back towards centre wing. Over the top of Cleary. Belmont trying to keep the ball alive. Ends up with George. George has got the ball in hand. Got out the other side of the contest. Mitchell, he had it and lost it. They keep winning the possession of the ball through Evans, and he now puts it back into their half-forward line. Swenison leads in the race for the ball. Good support there from his team there. Yeah, from Sammy Reynolds. Ball back towards centre wing. Ball's allowed to bounce. Gets out the back. Well, player might have been taken a little bit high and was. Free kick is going to go out there to Noah Billy on centre wing, far side of the ground. So North Geelong, well, kicking into the breeze, have done nicely for this first part of the quarter.
So did Belmont in the first, though.
Yes, first same time. So they need to make sure they maintain possession of it.
I don't know about that.
They go back to Sammy Reynolds, and he's in space by himself, and he needed that space. Has George short, and will use him. Coming off the ground was O'Brien, but he's going to opt to go back into the middle of the ground. That was dangerous, but the kick was good. Brockenshire now has the ball for North Geelong. Back into the cricket pitch, or cricket area. He's going to go transfer play far side of the ground. Again, they have players by themselves that have been able to do this nicely for most of the day. Comes back inside. Kick had to be good and was because they found Swenison. Wanted to give the handball over the top. Wasn't there, so he held onto the ball. Now looks to chip the ball short into the hands of Fazio, who's moved up the ground. He's now looking to go further down the ground. Parker, outside 50. This is the ball that's going to be important. Long kick inside. Jewell, his best position. Up over it. No, he couldn't hang on to it. Riccardi up over the top. Brings the ball down to McDonald. Oh, was he taken high? No, he wasn't. Got the handball away, and it's now alive on their half-forward line. Zeros is there. Back at the ball. Jewell's there. Mitchell can't pick the ball up, and that wasn't a hold. And he's going to be awarded it, and it's going to be a free kick going to Brad Mitchell. And on the half-back line will settle things down for Belmont.
He flung the arms back, but I think you're right. I think he's a bit stiff, the North Geelong boy.
What a fly it was, though.
Jeez,
so Mitchell now goes out towards centre wing. There's another fly, but this time from behind. George Strong sees the ball back over the boundary line. 9.5 minutes gone, second quarter. It is the Belmont Lions 3 behinds. North Geelong 5-5.
Tell you what, Grub, if he had taken that,
well, that would have been a mark of the year.
All the Routley's pies he wants.
Well, I would have got to say the big men fly over the Routley's pie, which he did, but he didn't grab it. He only got a sausage roll.
So
no sauce.
Ball in now, just in front of us in the broadcast position. It's back in now. Davis front spot trying to get in as Swenison. He couldn't quite get the ball.
Ooh, something happened back here.
Boot. Beasley now. He kicks forward. Evans has the ball. He's happy to see it over. Umpire's seen the high contact. So just in front of us, just in front of the interchange bench, there's a free kick going to Evans. Evans is going forward for Belmont. Now comes back. They've got the numbers. Here they go. It's an opportunity for him. Beasley, can he kick the goal? No, bounces. Yes! It wasn't conventional. It wasn't how he planned it. But it's made its way through the goal, and they'll take him any way they can get him at the moment. It's their first for the day at 10 minutes gone in the second quarter. They're now 1-3-9. And we have gone 11 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Always Insurance.
There's something happened beyond play there. I was sort of watching it too after it went down. But look, that's the goal they needed, Belmont. But as we've said earlier, it took North Geelong a little bit to get on their feet in the first quarter. Now Belmont have scored one. It's taken them 11 minutes. And obviously, it wouldn't have to be Einstein to work out that they need a couple more.
So back in the middle again, Davis up over the top. Beasley intercepts the ball. Kick was smothered off the boot. Goes out towards Wilson on the far side. Purcell's also with him. He's got himself involved there. Davis, ball comes out of that contest. Handball goes over the top from Stapleton. Outside that goes towards Thompson. He gets the ball forward into their half-forward line. Good mark in front, and that had to be paid. So it's Vermeulen now. So Vermeulen now looks to deliver the ball longer into their forward line. In front, Evans. Good body work. The big fella's taking the mark. And he will go back and look at his first goal of the afternoon.
Be careful. You don't want 50.
Not here.
He's already missed one from not far out. You give him 50 and he can't miss.
So Evans now with an opportunity to go back and kick their second. And this could be the start of something here for the Belmont side if they can just get on a little bit of a roll. And they would need to get themselves somewhere close, you would think, at half-time. So Evans now steps in, kicks that goal. Umpire goes across, but he's going back to the middle. And Big Benny Evans got his first of the afternoon and the second now for Belmont. They move to 2-3. They trail North Geelong on 5-5. 12 and a half minutes gone. Elders Insurance, second quarter.
Well, not only is it a bit of a confidence booster just for the Belmont Footy Club, but it's a bit of a confidence booster for Benny. We saw him a couple of weeks ago kick a few points, and he kicked a goal, and he finished up with 6 or 7, I think, that day. So, obviously he'd love that today. I don't know if that's going to happen, but, all of a sudden his confidence is up. He's missed one early. He's got one now. And if he can get another couple of marks that far out, he might kick another couple of goals. But Belmont have really got to put the foot on the pedal and get as close to North Geelong or even in front by half-time.
Yeah, so back in the middle now. Up and under ball, bit of a hospital ball. Has it gone 15? I don't think so. The umpire's called play on anyway because Mitchell's off for the races. He goes forward. Evans! He's got the hot hand at the moment. He's going to play on his left foot out in front of Wiley. Can he take the mark? Over the top now. Just bouncing out of Evans' hands. That was Jack on that occasion. And now McDonald has the ball.
Sammy Reynolds was coming out. What a brilliant football, Sammy.
So, Donald now, look wide. He's going to give the handball, pass the responsibility off, and then into the run himself in a little bit of trouble. It went to clear, and then it's gone back to McDonald. Now he kicks forward. It's a good zone set up from Belmont. No options at all, North Geelong, and it's cut off by Hootsma. Oh, sorry, it is Hootsma. So he goes forward now. In the path, a great kick into space. Evans has the ball. He's going to look up inside the forward 50. He's got a couple of leads at him. He's going to go short to Mitchell, who's had a good game so far. One of their best on the ground. To the tip of the goal square. Who can take a mark? No one really. No! It fell into his lap. Snap around the corner and he kicks Belmont's third. They're 3-3-21 to 5-5-35. We've gone 14 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
A little bit of a carbon copy of the first quarter, isn't it? They've done pretty much nothing for the first 10 or 11 minutes and then get on fire. And the one that's instrumental, I know you got to get out at the centre. I know you got to get it down. But all of a sudden, the big fella's becoming a big danger down there.
This is where sides need to be able to just hold things up and just control the ball for a little while.
Well, that's what North's got to do now.
Yes.
Just control it.
Stop momentum.
Yeah, keep it away from him, yeah.
The only way to do that is to win possession out of the middle of the ground. So that'll be their priority here. Paster's in there doing the ruck work. And again,
but he's not there, Big Davis. He's off the ground.
Hootsma now doing the ruck work. And again, this time he just belts the ball forward out of the mud, goes towards Wiley. Ball comes out the back. It's going to be picked up and cleared away. Farrell gets through the contest. Handballs back inside to Fazio. Needs to get boot the ball and does so and goes back into their half-forward line. Coming out at the ball. Ball gets over the top. Running onto the ball. Picked up and kicked forward there was Billy. Gets a good bit of use of the ball. And I reckon that might be Riccardi, is it, in the pocket? And it is. So Riccardi now to go back and try and stem the flow of the Belmont Lions. And we'll need to kick accurately there from the pocket.
But at the same time, you're talking about stopping momentum. Take your 30 seconds or whatever you got and just take a little bit of time out of the game, a little bit of heat out of the game.
Thank God we don't have the clock on our scoreboard here that they can keep looking at either, Grub.
Yeah.
The umpire will soon let them know when they've got to move the ball on. So comes in, Riccardi kicks that goal. He is just offline through for another minor score. So 5-6 now, North Geelong. 3-3 to the Belmont Lions. We've gone almost 16 minutes, Elders Insurance second quarter. And Belmont with ball in hand, Brad Mitchell from that full-back position. He's going to do the kicking in duty that he's done for most of the day. So he's going to come clubber him side of the ground this time. Brings the ball out long. McPherson's up over the top, but George with pass, good hands in front. He's taken the mark. So Cooper pass now. He will put North Geelong back into attack, and that's good use. Goes long back there. Slorak again, this time on chest. No contest made there. He takes an easy defensive mark and now tips the ball. Goes forward to Allett. And again at the centre back position. Handballs up over the top. Beasley under pressure. And umpire said I'm looking to which umpire I'm looking at here.
No,
prior
he's going to
opportunity
ball it
there.
up. I think he's a bit unlucky. I thought he didn't mean it, but I thought he fell straight in the middle of his back.
Yeah, with the momentum going
Yeah.
forward. So again, ruck contest again, centre half back position. Pass did nicely, ball well down to Beasley. Got himself in and out of trouble. Ball comes forward now. Now there's a holding decision, and it's going to go back to Beasley. And he will take the ball between full-back.
Oh, that's 50.
Well, he called play on.
Yeah,
though,
had he called it, had he?
I don't know. Whether he had it. Ball comes out the back anyway. It's in the hands of Swenison. Long kick going forward. And the marker's going to be taken defensively down there.
The controlling umpire hadn't called play on.
And I reckon Pelham's the marking option down there. He's going to transfer the ball across the ground. No, it can't be because he's got the ball in hand now. So Pelham now, back pocket, will just take things a little bit slowly now, move the ball down the line. But there's no players making any movement there, so he's going to just have to kick the ball long. Options, up, pass, over the back. Ball comes to ground. Teros picks the ball up. He's tackled. Try to get out of the contest. Umpire, how will he see it? He said he's had no prior
I
opportunity
don't know if
there.
you guys saw that, but I thought the umpire gave the free kick against Riccardi for a high fend-off, and then Riccardi played the advantage.
I don't know.
So,
So
interesting.
I'm not too sure. Ball, pass, takes a ruck contest, goes to a bib. Tries to put boot to ball, didn't travel too far, and I think the ball is now going to be forced over the boundary line. So they've been able to take a little bit of time off the clock here, North Geelong, having the ball in their forward half. So umpire now just indicating where she's going to put the ball back to. Wood doing the ruck work against Cooper Pask, as we said. Thrown back in now. There's a free kick being pulled.
It's against Mitch Habib.
Yep. And going to go to Dave Ellett. So now Ellett from the half-back line decides to play on, goes back towards centre wing. McPherson up in front. Didn't take the mark as the ball comes down the front.
Chopping of the arms. I didn't see that.
I didn't either,
I
but
thought
anyway.
he just dropped it. It was pretty close to us, that one.
So Ben McPherson now, defensive side of centre wing, has the ball. He's going to load up and go with a long kick into there, or towards their half-forward line. Ball doesn't get too far. Picked up out there by Sammy Reynolds. He's tackled, brought to ground, and umpire in very quickly. So we've gone 19 minutes in this second quarter. It is 3-3 Belmont Lions, 5-6 North Geelong.
So, just forward of centre wing for Belmont here. Ball's up. Ball in congestion now. Neither team win it. McPherson in under as he always is. We'll have another ball up and virtually the same position.
I'd have fell on him, I reckon, accidentally. After what happened earlier, I might have just fallen on him accidentally.
So, ball goes down now. Pask in the ruck for North Geelong. He's been doing a bit of that. Then wins his own ball. George back into McDonald. Up and under ball. Who can get under that? I think Slyke wants
That's
it.
a great
mark
mark.
coming back.
He's a wonderful player, this bloke.
He's going to wheel and go to the tip of the 50. Who can take a mark for Belmont over the top? Wood couldn't quite now. At ground level, it was silky hands from the North Geelong player. It was Reynolds. Great hands as the ball comes out now. Now Steele trying to get the ball back to Slorak. He's silky again, although McDonald, he's had a good 5 minutes. He gets his ball smothered by Allett. Now they're going to go inside 50 through Steele. Can someone take a mark for Belmont? They're over the top here. Here's Evans making a goal. Runs in and just to the near. Just misses to the far side. So 3-4-22 now to 5-6-36. We've gone 20 minutes in this second quarter. Brought to you by Elders Insurance and probably an opportunity going begging there,
Golden
Grub.
opportunity. He kicked it too quick. He didn't even steady. He had time to steady, I think.
They had numbers inside forward 50 everywhere as well. So now North Geelong just got to think their way through this. Stay composed. So they've gone to the half back line now, and they're going to go out wide, trying to get towards the wing. It gets over the head of his teammate in Brockenshire, and will have a ball in true centre wing, far side of the ground. Boundary umpire has the ball now. Done a great job all day. Has the ball in.
Oh,
Davis. Sit out now. Couldn't quite now. Monoman Murdoch gets the ball forward in the path of Wiley. Wiley gets the handle out to Evans. Couldn't quite. It's ping-ponging around there. Who can gather the ball? Coming through the North Geelong player. Couldn't quite. Now Silky hands in the middle from
Oh, it wasn't.
Billy. and then a bit too quick, and then there
Too
might
high.
be a high tackle. It is. It's going to go the way of Mitchell. Mitchell, they've got Jasper George in the hole inside defensive 50, so they're not going to want to kick it down his throat. They're going to go wide to try and avoid him. They do. Is the mark taken? It's not. Probably a free kick, and it is paid. So they're still 65 out, not within scoring range. It's going to go the way of Thompson. And then he gives the hands off to Steele, and then Steele into the pocket. And the mark is taken. Tough angle. Was kicked out in front of him. It was a good mark overhead. It's going to go the way of Vermeulen. And this 25 out, tough angle on the boundary. Is he go the conventional drop punt, Grub, or?
I think he will from there, on the right boot.
So he's going to wheel around a little bit. Umpire calls play on. It's an absolute mongrel off the boot and seen over the boundary line. The goal line. Charlie Farrell punches it over. So another minor score and an opportunity gone begging for Belmont. They're now 3-6. 24 to 5-6-36. We've gone 22 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
I think if I'm Peter Riccardi, I have a word to Noah Billy at halftime and say, if a bloke's laying on the ground, one of the opponents, don't pick him up, because he picked him up and he ran to the next contest. Leave him laying there. That's not your responsibility. Might be sportsmanship, but you don't need it.
So ball now from that ruck contest goes back outside defensive 50 again. Wilson trying to win possession of the ball. Might have been taken by the ankles. Kick goes in. Swennerson standing in the hole, and that is Tom, and he will take the mark and settle things down for North Geelong.
He's been good against Smithy.
Yes, he has. Ball now long outside. Target up there. The mark wasn't taken, but Davis does the roving off the contest. He now kicks the ball further towards centre wing. Fazio up from behind. Ball gets out the back. Belmont with some numbers there, but Zeros put his backside into the contest. Ball comes out of there now. Beasley has done that nicely. Collected the ball. Kicks round the body. Goes back looking for Wilson. A little bit strong over the top of his head. Out of bounds in the full, so free kick going North Geelong's way. Charlie Farrell, I think, out in front of the scoreboard here at St Albans. So Farrell now chips the ball further afield. Riccardi comes up, and he now looks back in the middle. That's a dangerous kick. Did nicely there, Brockenshire, but he's going to be able to win support with the ball. Win the ball. Handball from Jewell over the top. McDonald did the right thing there. Just kept the ball moving into the hands of Davis. He overran the ball. Goes further afield into the hands of Fazio. They're not clean as they were early on in the game. He is tackled, held up, and umpire will ask for it back. Right on forward 50.
I think they need another one, Belmont.
So the ball is now to be thrown up by the umpire. Davis, he went up a little bit early there. Ball was forced through the contest there. Might have been Jewell that did the heavy bulk of the work. Out the back to McDonald once again. Looks up. Kicks to a dangerous spot. Hootsmar. Good grab in defence. Tall player and did what he was supposed to do, take that mark, and will take a little bit of pressure off their defensive end now. His kick's a bit up and under, goes back outside 50 though. Swennerson across the front. I reckon McPherson.
Someone's marked it. What a mark.
Yes, it was a good grab on the far side.
Smallest bloke in the pack.
So McPherson now has got the ball defensive side of centre wing and will kick to the true centre wing. Bit of elevation there. Ball out in front. Reynolds out the back. Tapped further afield. Kept alive. Running onto it is going to be picked up. So North Geelong through George. Go out to back to Cleary. Put George under a bit of pressure there because the handball wasn't great. Wiley now has the ball. Bounced it. Didn't come back to him, but collected it again. Got options further down the field. Went over the top. Needs to be good. Marnie dives on it. North Geelong have got numbers now. They arrive. Umpire says, okay, let's ball it up.
Gee, you said he had to be good in the handball in that position, and he wasn't. It's almost cost him.
Diving on that ball was a bit dangerous then because he's just taken the player's legs from above. Yeah. So I would have thought that may have been a free kick with umpire Nolan there.
And dived on it and stayed on it.
Yeah, so now ball from that ruck contest. A little quick kick, doesn't travel too far. George got boot to ball, went outside, back to Wilson. Tries to get around on his left boot. Umpire said it was high. I reckon he's being talked into that by the umpire there.
He's got to go back and kick this goal.
So he's inside 50. He's in range. He's not going to waste any time. Plays on. Long. Back towards goal. And that is a good kick. He likes it off the boot. Josh Wilson has got his first. Belmont now have their fourth. They are 4-5. They trail North Geelong on 5-6. And 26 and a half minutes gone. Elders Insurance second quarter.
Geez, that's the one they really, really wanted to. And it's, the fact that they got it at this point of the quarter actually gives them a chance I didn't see the time, but it was 26, I reckon.
Yep, we're on 26
It
and a half. Drop.
actually gives him a chance to pretty much level it up at half time, which would be a real good get for Belmont after being pretty well beaten early, even early in this quarter as well.
The wind's not that strong, but
No,
there
it's
just doesn't
not.
seem to be much happening at the far end of the ground,
No,
or the Buckley's end of the ground.
Well, it's happened all game. The under 18s, the
Yep.
seconds. So, I don't know, sometimes it might get in the minds of people, but I've seen some beautiful kicks go back the other way.
Yep.
So back in the middle now. Umpire balls it up. Comes out to Beasley. He was held. Umpire says play on. So comes out to the forward 50
Oh, that's holding the
of
ball, that one.
Belmont, and that's holding the ball. That one's paid. So
Well, there was Pryor because he tried to break the tackle.
there
That's
was.
where you
So
lose
it's
your
going to
Pryor.
Vermeulen. He's going to send Belmont inside 450. Look at all the momentum at the moment. Not a great kick. McPherson did his best. Might have been front on contact. Umpire said play on anyway. Coming out to steal. He's probably happy to see the boundary line as Swenson sees it over.
Oh.
So it's going to be a
Oh,
ball.
I thought I was going to see the arm. I thought, no, come on. Good umpire.
So ball in now, just in front of the Belmont interchange bench. The kicking at goal today has been pretty poor from both teams. The actual, they haven't been too inaccurate, but the mode of where it's getting there, it's not the most conventional. As the ball's back in now,
What did he say?
back out. So now they're going to go inside forward 50 here. Belmont through Sheriff. Can someone get under it? They do. The markers drop. McPherson's there as always, trying to stalk the ground ball. Couldn't quite. Handball comes over the top. Now they've got bits to deal with here. North Geelong going to go inside in the middle. It's a good kick and a good mark taken by Fazio. The Damien variety. So he's going to go out wide. Habib's got to do a bit here.
Yeah, well done.
Haven't called his name too many times today. Want to get a bit more involved. He goes in the middle. Not a great
it's a
kick
bad
at all.
one, Mitch.
Murdoch cuts it off. Nearly 50 metres as well for the, running in the intercepted area. Now comes through now. McPherson probably was given called play on now. Hot football at the moment. Murdoch comes through. Someone's just got to be clean with the footy here. Comes through. Great pickup, although dispossessed of the football quickly as the siren goes for half-time. Half-time scores 4-5, 29 Belmont. They are trailing North Geelong 5-6-36. We went 29 minutes in that second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
Goal kickers to this stage of the game. Benny Evans with 2 in that quarter. Wilson and Beasley also got on the scoreboard. And for North Geelong, as they were at quarter time, 2 to John Fazio, 1 each to Parker, Smith and Purcell. We'll take a show break, come back, and we'll let you know what's happening here in the first half and how things are going to go in the second half of this match with North Geelong again having that wind assistance. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Back, as I said, third quarter action not too far away here as both sides are starting to move to their positions. Currently, the North Geelong side are 5-6-36, leading Belmont 4-5-29. And both quarters have followed similar patterns where sides have been able to get the way or hold things up early in the quarter and then make a little bit of a charge late. North Geelong with that little bit of a breeze in the first, and definitely Belmont in that second quarter did the same thing. They will need to do a little bit better into the breeze this third quarter, Arch. It's going to be interesting to see how things unfold here.
Definitely. The way that game plans, the way that each team plays, dependent on the wind, it's very interesting seeing negative football against it. Of course, you've got to try and defend when the ball's coming in hot, but I'd like to see some attacking football from Belmont this quarter as well against the wind and try and take it on.
So here we go, start of the third quarter. They call it the Premiership quarter, and both sides will need to get something done here. Ball in the middle of the ground. It's still pretty wet and sloppy in there. Picked up. Good handball out the back. Goes to Jewel. Jewel on the right boot. Goes back into the half-forward line. Mark not taken out there at ground level. Murdoch went down and tried to lend some assistance to the defensive end. Cleared away by Sheriff now. Runs outside. Got the handball out wide. Put his teammate under a little bit of pressure. North Geelong with some numbers now. Picked up again. Riccardi goes back into their forward line. Parker comes on in the lead and takes the mark. So Luke Parker too far out. Chips the ball up over the top. Player coming out the ball was passed, but he didn't take the mark. They've got the ball back to Michelle of Belmont now, and he releases some pressure and goes back outside 50. Coming up at the ball. Mark not taken out there again. North Geelong, good strong tackle there. Held an arm. Got to be holding the ball. No, umpire's let it go. No, he hasn't. He's finally paid it. And it's going to be a free kick against Charlie Smith there. So on the far side of the ground, ball has been won out there. And Belmont now to take some more pressure off themselves by getting the ball outside their defensive 50 now. Play on now, and they kick long back towards centre wing. Coming up with the ball. Davis didn't take the mark. Ball got to ground level, but Vermeulen got through the contest, did nicely. Put his team under a bit of pressure there, but Marnie now arrives and puts boot to ball. He goes back into their half-forward line. Evans comes out, fair way up the ground here, tackled, brought to ground, got the handball away. Yeah. Another handball was fed forward. Again, the Swinnerton boys, brothers are there, and they both work together nicely. Tom emerges with it and kicks the ball long back over the centre wing. Hootsmark couldn't take the mark. He's good enough to go back and collect it, puts boot to ball. And only the kick was poor coming off the boot. Farrell, inside he goes with the handball. And that was a good, strong tackle there on Van Meulen, who was coming through the middle of the ground. Beasley doesn't take the mark, keeps the ball alive, kicked the ball in front of himself. It was going to be a free kick there, I thought.
Decided not to.
No, put the whistle to the mouth, then put it away.
Good
decision. George goes out wide, and the mark will be taken out there. And it wasn't taken, but it's got to be a free kick, and it's going to go to Jordan Purcell. So Purcell now, he's going to look at some options further down the field and go towards centre wing. Davis is going to come up at the ball.
Well, that's a free kick.
It should have been an infringement there. And it will go back to Tommy Davis. So still defensive side of centre wing for North Geelong. Flags are very limp beside the pole now.
What's going on here?
No, it's the other way. What? Don't know what happened there, but anyway, ball's gone back into the forward line now for the Belmont Lions. O'Brien has it underneath him.
Can you find out what happened there?
Well, the umpire said it was a shepherding or a thingo, but Davis was in front. Hoosmar didn't let him get to the ball.
It was always Davis's kick. Didn't they reverse it or something?
Well, that's what Nolan's done it. I'm not too sure why he's done that. Anyway, no communication there, not with us anyway, so may have been wrong. And the ball now on the half-forward line. Belmont's still doing some attacking.
You've eaten too many Billy McCall's bloody...
Well, no, I like the ham and
vanilla
cheese.
slices.
No, the ham and cheese.
Tell you
what,
mate. Valpost Hill Football Club, congratulations. Magnificent
very nice.
spread.
Yes. Ruck contest. Again, ball comes out of there, goes back towards Cleary. He is going to run himself over the boundary line, and there will be a throw-in. About 25 around from the behind post. And again, the Belmont Lions still doing a fair bit of attacking. We've gone 3.5 minutes, and it is 4-5 Belmont Lions, 5-6 North Geelong.
Must have been good, Grub. I didn't know if you were going to come back or not.
Oh, no, it was a wonderful spread, as we'll probably get through the whole finals.
So, ball in now, 30 metres out from goal of the Belmont Lions. And the ball is punched over the boundary line, so we'll go again.
Run into Wilkes in there. He's not the happiest bloke around after you called him the water boy, Smithy. Well, that's what I told him anyway.
He wouldn't believe you anyway.
So, ball in.
50 out from Belmont's goal. We're going to kick this first of the second half as the ball's up and under now. Bit of a sky ball. Great up. Flight. Jasper George, courageous as always. So now he's been told to play on. He's going to go wide. It was a smart smother from Marnie. He's going to get the handball back here, and then he's run down. Great tackle. Where's the umpire going to see it? Holding the ball. Some great efforts there from both teams. Marnie with a great smother. Got the 1-2. Closing in on goal. Looks like it was Charlie Farrell with a run-down tackle. Goal-saving tackle. A couple of great efforts from him and Jasper George as the ball is kicked wide towards the wing, and it's punched over the boundary line, so we'll have a ball in.
The skill level hasn't been fantastic, but the dedication and the hardness of it all, the desperation's been terrific, which you would expect in a final.
That's what finals footy's all about. As ball back in now, attacking side of the wing for Belmont. As the ball's kicked forward, playing in front was Vaughan. He couldn't quite cover the ball. Now he does. Great tackle from Murdoch. He gets him. Yes, and the umpire rewards him. So Murdoch. I think he did take the extra step. Might put a hand out, and he did.
And
he
50.
took a step. So Murdoch went to play on. Vaughan took a step to follow him. Umpire did not call play on yet. There's going to be a 50-metre penalty. She'll take him within 20 metres to kick the first goal of the second half. A massive goal in the context of this match. He's no more than 25 out, directly in front. Shouldn't have any problems with this. So Murdoch.
Oh, did you hear what he said? Shouldn't have any problem. Don't put the moz on him.
Kicks. It's not the best kick off the boot. Is it over the line?
It's a goal.
It is. Murdoch kicks the first, the second half. 5-5, 35 to 5-6. North Geelong leading by a point. So we've had 7 minutes gone in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Look, I'm not having a go at anyone here, except for the blokes who made the rule up. That is a terrible rule, especially for our level of football. Once he plays on, it's natural to go with him, but Mark Nolan hadn't called play on, so he's got to give 50. And it's very hard for our umpires to call it quick enough. But, like, he was off, but it hadn't been called off, and the 50-metre penalties cost him a goal. And it's just the rule itself. I don't know if we need all these AFL rules at our level. I really don't.
So the ball now thrown back up in the middle of the ground. Davis over the top, brings the ball down towards Swennerson. Tried to kick it out of the mud heap, but it was done so there by Mitchell. Ball goes towards McPherson. Tries to keep the ball alive and puts it in front of himself. Trapped it nicely. Got the handball over the top. Went towards Wiley. He tried to do the ball and flick it on further down the field. That didn't work, but the ball went over the boundary line. They'll be happy enough with that. And an opportunity now to set up once again. So a 1 point margin at the present time. North Geelong lead by that 1 point. I can tell you that St Mary's are about 40 points up on Newtown at the present time.
Well, they had to be, otherwise they miss out.
Yeah, pretty much so. The other two games are going as they probably would have thought. South Bowen in front of St Mary's and Bell Park just leading over Leopold. Ball from that ruck contest. Long into their forward line. Parker comes out. Wanted to give the handball. Now he does so. Billy comes up from behind the contest. Kicks into their half forward line. Out towards Fazio. He let the ball bounce, but he trapped it nicely. Handballs back inside. Pask has a look at goal. Kicks towards goal. He has drifted across the face through for a minor score. 5-7 now. North Geelong. 5-5 Belmont Lions. And we have gone 8 minutes. P&R Foods third quarter.
Wilson. It was a great handball inboard there as well to set up the shot. Just couldn't finish, was passed. So Wilson now. Arksey's back. Kicks long in the direction of Hootsma. Can he get up? He can't. Mitchell's there as well. Ball hits the deck. Allett now. Quick kick forward. Playing in front was Farrell. Wiley's there as well. Now Wood has the ball. Can he get the hands out to McPherson? He can. McPherson turns inboard to Beasley. He's got to be two. He can't quite. Gets over the top. Swennison's there. Can he pick up the ball? He can. It was
That's
probably
got to be in the back.
It's
It's got to be. Finally, they've played it in the back.
So, Swenison of the Zach variety this time goes out wide, finds Fazio. And then he's going to give the handball to McDonald. McDonald's going to go inside, forward 50 in the path to Riccardi. Takes the mark.
Well, I thought he might have gone.
Now he has gone, I think. Umpire's called play on. He's got to move quickly. He's got a man all alone. Finds him. And they're going to have a shot at goal from no more than 25 out. Not too much angle about it.
Good use of the ball there. Quick movement.
So how do you pronounce this, Smithy? Is it
Seros.
Seros? All right, so the T's silent. So Seros. To respond to Belmont's goal from Murdoch.
It's like the T in Mitchell.
The kick. Their first in the second half. Extend their lead. He makes the goal on play. Dance and he's missed. So an opportunity, John begging 5-5, 35 to 5-8, 38. 10 minutes gone in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
While you're doing scores, Geelong Amateur 8-9-57, a leading Torquay 4-3-27.
There you go. So it's going to be Wilson. Look like he's gone back this time to do kicking in the role, and he wants to go to the far side of the ground, although he's got some options this side. Now looks like that's going to be the better option. Clubroom side of the ground, he does come. Kicks out long. It's a nice kick outside. 52. Mark in front. Definitely going to be taken.
From behind, son.
Pelham. So Pelham takes the mark in front. That was a good pair of hands. Probably good in the call there because George should have got the fist to it and they would have been going back the other way. So he now delivers the ball over centre wing. Again, ball from that contest. O'Brien did nicely, comes up at it. Couldn't take it cleanly. It was knocked out of his hands and the ball's gone over the boundary line and there will be a throw in.
Geez, the big fella Evans is a long, long way up the ground this time.
As he is, making his way back. So Hootsmar and Davis in there doing the ruck work. So similar to the first couple of quarters, as both sides with that little bit of a breeze have taken a while to get the rhythm going. Mitchell, his kick smothered. Tommy Davis did nicely there, the big fella. Did the ruck work and followed his work through.
There's a bit of feeling in this one. You can hear the players talking to each other. Definitely a bit of lip out there.
Umpire about to restart it with that throw in. Gain. Davis front position, taps it down towards the bib, did that very nicely. Kicks into their half forward line. Parker comes up at the ball. Again, clean possession. Time, looks, goes back into their forward line. Nicely way to kick out in front of his teammate there, but it's going to be picked up. Riccardi goes out to Fazio. He screws the ball back to the goal square. Mark required. Numbers 2-on-1, and the two's going to win out because Slorak takes the ball from the contest, goes out wide. But this time, North Geelong, they lead in the race for the ball. Will it stay in the field of play? No, it won't, because the player has been forced over, and it's been going back to the boundary umpire for a throw-in front of the St Albans scoreboard here. Again, the ruckmen have pushed their way down. It's a big throw-in. Probably a little bit off target there, maybe. Umpire has called for it back, and we'll try that once again. Gets his bearings, has a look at where he is. So 12 minutes gone, only a 3-point margin at this stage. You would say Belmont have done their work, but the Flags, again, haven't had the momentum they had earlier on. Ball goes high into their forward line. North Geelong, we're talking. Cleaned off the pack there. Nice little kick going forward. Parker need to gather his feet. Will pick the ball up, decides just to kick the ball off the ground. Tell you what, that wasn't bad.
It was not a bad idea.
It nearly worked, but it got to Fazio, but Belmont Lions have forced it through for a minor score. So North Geelong now to 5-9. 5-5 Belmont Lions. It's almost 13 minutes gone. P&R Foods third quarter.
Who was the bloke that picked it up out of the pack? Was that Riccardi?
Yep.
It was a brilliant bit of work. He's got a few skills, the kid.
So Wilson to return now for Belmont. Drives the mud off the ball, his jumper, and then goes out to the outer side. They have all day. Good mark taken. It might have been Mitchell. I think it is. Then he's going to move quickly, go more inboard, try and find his teammate in Evans. Gets over the top now. Beasley's got a chance. He kicks at the path of Wiley. Can he cover the ball? He runs past it. He's now going to get the ball. He does. Can he find a target inside 450 in the path of Evans?
Oh, that's a free kick.
In front on contact.
He jumped.
Call, it says play on now. North Geelong have got numbers on the outer side here. It's going to end up with McDonald in front of us in the commentary position. So he once says, let's slow it down. He goes down the line. Great mark taken. Overhead by Vaughan. He's played a good game. He's got Riccardi on the run. He puts it out in front of him. He's going to take the mark. He had to do a lot.
No, he drops it.
Quiet now. McDonald gets the ball. Probably high contact. Umpire says no.
Give it to me.
Give it to me. So it'll be a stoppage in front of the Belmont Interchange bench. So umpire's ball now. At least 75 out from the North Geelong goals. And with Davis in the ruck. He wins that one straight down Allen's throat, though. He tried to get rid of it, the umpire said, and then it's brought back under. How's he going to see that one? He's going to say no prior opportunity. So repeat stoppage here. Next goal is massive in the context of this match. It's only 4 points in at the moment. North Geelong have led the majority of the day, but Belmont are starting to get on top around the ground as the ball comes down. Allett smart tap in the path of Marnie, and he kicks it out of bounds on the full. So it's who's gonna take the free kick here? It might be Purcell. No, it is gonna be Purcell. Oh no, Swenson now.
He can't be. He's all over the ground. They call it count if he does.
In the path of Davis. Good. Oh, he laced out the Belmont player in Wilson. Davis had a mixed match as well, so he would have got him. So anyway, Wilson is going to go down that line again. He's going to go in the path of Evans. Now towards centre wing, but George coming across like he has so many times today and this year. He's going to bite the bullet and go through the middle. Fortune favours the brave. Jewel, handball over the top, trying to find his teammate. He does, and then the ball's in possession. Loses now was Wilson, and then comes to Ricciardi. It might have been and tackled straight away. So we'll have another stoppage 60 metres out. And it's a game being played in between two halves here. Neither team get a good look at it. Up again now, Davis and Wood. Ball comes down. Out the back, Wood, ball in congestion, can't quite get it out. Involved there as well as Parker. And now it's going to get over the top. Umpire's picked out a free kick, and it's going to go the way of North Geelong.
And it was dead set there. He bumped into him in the back, behind the play, dead set free kick.
So Tommy Schwenneson is going to go inside, forward 50. Can he find a teammate? He can! It's Ricciardi. Man, he kicked 6 last week.
He just held the Belmont player out with his body, quite legal, and just to give young Ricciardi a chance to run at it.
So he's nearly 50 out, directly in front. He'd have to kick it off. Probably have to kick at 55. There's no wind really anymore either to contend with. He has a kick, pretty good off the boot as he kicked the goal here.
Wow.
Ricciardi, what a goal! 5-5-35 to 6-9-45. We've gone 17 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
I can't see that line. Was he outside 50, was he?
I reckon he would have been close to it.
Gee, that's a beautiful, beautiful kick.
Made the distance easy as well.
Yeah, well, I thought the distance at 55 might be a little bit of a problem, which just does tell me that the wind still is facing that way a little bit. But what a beautiful kick.
Yes, he does things very nicely with ball in hand.
Yeah.
I reckon Brad Mitchell is equivalent on the opposite side.
Yeah, yep.
So the ball now, as I said, back in the middle of the ground, Pask in there doing the ruck work. He taps the ball down, goes towards a bib. And again, in that slush, he's did that pretty nicely, Mitchell Bibb. Got the handball back from Jewel, went into their half-forward line. Seros is there. Swenneson trapped the ball nicely, went back to Seros now, and he looks to deliver the ball into their half-forward line. Cooper Vaughan comes up at the mark, can't take the mark. Ball gets out the back, picked up by Allett. Looks to the handball over the top. Seros did nicely again, got the spoil. Ball goes back. George wasn't paid the mark, and probably wasn't because he didn't take it effectively, and he never had any opportunity to get rid of it after that. Umpire said, let's have it back.
Did he get a small nudge in the back and not went the way through?
Yeah, possibly, but that was some momentum, I think, more. Ball from the ruck contest. Wood gets the ball down again, collected out there. Handball goes through the contest. Cooper Pask went after it once again. He got through traffic, and then incorrect disposal is going to see him turn the ball over, and it's going to go to Vermeulen just on centre wing for the Belmont Lions side. So Vermeulen now will deliver their ball into their half-forward line. He goes wide. Charlie Farrell, best position. I'm not too sure he's actually trying to kick the ball to him, but he looked like the only one that could actually mark it. Farrell goes across the ground now. Kick had to be good and was. Mark is taken out there. Purcell, straight up the ground they go. Fazio has the ball. Runner inside, runner outside. Decides not to go with either of them. And now will use the ball himself. So he plays on now from the half-back line and runs and carries the ball. Got 40 metres. The long kick outside. Out there was Evans. I don't think he could... was it? No, it wasn't. Might have been Slorek. Can't see there. Bit too far away from my eyes.
But
It's going to be a ball in which will take place on the far side.
with Wiley, you can't run past the man who's taken the mark. You've got to stay back and lock him up. He just plays on, and then he's got any avenue he wants to use. You've got to stay in front of the mark.
So umpire with the ball in hand and throws it in now. Again, contest. The ball comes out the back. Swenderson's there. Kicked off the ground. Was nicely done by Allett, but it's going to be Fazio who emerges with it, puts the ball back into their half-forward line. Parker, front position. Pelham did that nicely, got the handball out the back, had support there, and Sheriff got the handball away. And again, the ball now outside their defensive 50, so they need to make sure they're good from here. And it's picked up and kicked further afield. Got through the contest there. Now Cleary leads in the race for the ball. Back after him is Wiley, but he's picked the ball up nicely. Cleary goes back towards centre wing. Pask came at the ball, then trapped it. Handballs outside. Now North Geelong with the ball in hand. Go back to their half-forward line. Mark has been taken. And again, it's playing on now. The ball kicked into their forward line. Good kick going forward. Fazio couldn't trap the ball. He had support in Pelham turned up there now. Oh, the handball out the back. This is going to be dangerous. They've done it nicely. They get out of trouble. Gone over the boundary line. Oh, they played deliberate.
Have they?
Yep. And the ball is going to go back to North Geelong. And out there on the far side, is that Lukey Parker? Possibly. So he is just outside range here.
Oh, I think he's inside range.
No, not. There's a bit of a breeze going back into his face now, I reckon, Grub. He sees that option and goes short. Good interception there from Beasley. Ball goes back about 20 out from goal into the hands of Wilson now. Handballs over the top. Wants to get the 1-2. Won't get it because the tackle has been laid. How does the umpire see it?
Holding the ball.
Holding the ball. And free kick will go to Tommy Swenderson. Now he is in range. And he can go back and shoot for the 7th goal for North Geelong.
How's he at a kick at goals? Pretty reliable.
It is as good as you want to see, I reckon.
There wouldn't be many better. Matter of fact, he does everything pretty well, Tommy Swenderson.
Yep.
He does everything really, really well.
So Tom Swenderson now from about 40 or steps over the 50 now. A little bit of a shuffle there. Kicks that goal. And he has dragged it.
Well, we've got it nice him, haven't we?
We did. Well and truly. So now North Geelong to 6 goals, 10.
Oh, hold on. There's a mark on the goal line.
Or a free kick. No, it's been 50 because it's going back to Tommy Swenderson.
Oh.
What?
I'm not too sure what happened then.
Where's Tyler?
Well, I saw the North Geelong players clapping. I knew something had happened, but
Well,
yeah.
they've got to change that now. So
it
that'll
did go
make...
through behind, didn't it?
Well, I'm not too sure, but it was down the field. So it's now 7-9 to North Geelong and 5-5 to the Belmont Lions. And we will give Tom Swenderson a goal instead of a behind. Said I'm not too sure what that was for.
I think he must have stepped over the line. Must have stepped over.
He looked like he played on though, didn't he? He looked
Must
like
have
he ran
stepped
that
over
bit
the
of
mark. Yeah, it looked like it. Someone definitely, he definitely got charged from the side, so the umpire must not have called play on. Yep, so it was 50 metres. We can confirm that.
So he played on.
Hadn't called play on, and he got ran. It wasn't from the man on the marker.
So basically, it's my bugbear. Well, that's just not fair.
Ball up now. Hootsman went for the big tap, couldn't quite. Beasley off the ground. Belmont probably need the next one.
Bang.
Evans comes through. Oh, George. Just body on the line as always.
How
Straight
courageous
lined
was that?
Now kicks out in the path of his teammate in front of Purcell. Now they go out wide in front of us here in the broadcast position, trying to keep the ball in and doing it very well as Seros. He chips the ball over the top. McPherson, the good contested mark.
Punch.
Goes wide.
You have to punch from behind.
McPherson is so good overhead. One of the best in the league. Now he moves the ball forward. Not a great kick, though, and it's down the throat of Schwennerson. He's going to hold the game up for a minute. Take his time. He goes inboard. Finds Fazio. So he's going to give the handball back to Swinnerton. He's having a purple patch at the moment. Goes out wide with a beautiful kick for this switch. They've got another player over the top. If they can move it, they can. Now it comes all the way out to McDonald. Charlie McDonald goes forward, trying to find his teammate and finding Purcell. This transition has been unreal. So now slowing the play up. There's probably 75 out now.
Billy's too far out from there.
Yeah. The thing is, they went very wide.
So now kick to the top of the square. Can someone take a mark over the top? Now still an opportunity for North Geelong. Maybe the legs taken. Umpire says play on. Handball over the top. Seros, can he kick the goal? High contact maybe. How's the umpire going to pay it? He says give it to me.
So holding the ball away. I think high contact, I would have thought.
So we'll have a stoppage.
I think he did duck the head a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, if he's ducked that, there's got to be holding the ball, doesn't it?
Long pause as well again. So we'll have a stoppage. No more than 15 out here.
You stop doing that, it's hitting me guts.
So handball out. Trying to get the ball. And a kick out of the stoppage. Is it a goal? It is! Something out of nothing. Here we go. The umpires are converging. They're not going to be able to go to the tape. What's the Oh, this is going to be touched, though.
What?
The field umpire must have...
Where's Tyler?
...was touched. Tyler, you give us the vision. So 5:35 to 7:10:52.
He's going home in a
We've
minute,
gone
Tyler. He's had enough.
25 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Wow. Well, that's a let-off by the looks of it.
Yeah, so the ball now is kicked out from the fullback position, club room side, in front. Again, mark taken.
It's got to go the other way.
Well, he's played in front. He definitely
You have to punch. How many times do I got to say it?
Yeah, I reckon.
Punch from behind.
So it's Hoosmar gets the handball outside. Slurk running past now, decides to deliver the ball a little bit longer towards centre wing. Out the back, the ball comes. Running onto it was Brockenshire. Tried to get the ball back inside. Allett trapped it. He put the ball further afield. Again, bounce. How will it go?
Well
O'Brien
done.
did nicely. Attacked the ball. Out to Evans once again. He's tackled, brought to ground. George arrives. He picks the ball up on the left boot. Doesn't get much distance, but a bib did that nicely. Takes the mark. Was going to look inside the Jewel, but there was danger from behind because Steele had snuck up from behind. Ball, another short one. Jackson Jewel in some space now. He's got players through the middle of the ground. That's where he goes. And again, it's Jasper George coming up from defence. Actually, it was Brockenshire. He goes out wider, has Farrell. And they've done this before. They've got same players on the far side. They go to McDonald, then they go to Billy if they want to use him, but he decides not to look that way. Out long they go. Wilson's out there. Again, Mark was taken out there. Player goes now. Smith, I think it is, goes long towards goal, across the face, and through for a minor score.
That was beautiful football, which deserved a goal.
I think that's now 7-11 now to North Geelong, 5-5 to the Belmont Lions, and 26 minutes gone. P&R Foods third quarter.
North Geelong in control of this game. The transition football from fullback to full forward has been impressive this quarter. Tell you what, that went through, Grub. Would have been the Kempy Engineering.
Oh,
today
my
for
word. That
sure.
was beautiful, beautiful football. Deserved a goal.
Wilson arches his back, kicks a top, comes out wide. It's going to work. The mark is taken by Pelham, so he's going to wheel and go towards the middle of the ground. It's a risky kick. It's going to get over the top of Vermeulen. Vermeulen back inboard, couldn't quite. Ball in congestion. Then he wins his own football. He's going to have to win it again. Here coming through. Oh, two players hard at the football there. Now over the top, involved there as well is Thompson. Ball might go over the boundary line now. There's got to be a high contact surely, and there is. So it's going to go. Is it Hootsmer out there? It is. So he's going to wheel and go. And he kicks it into the man running past. Not his best bit of football, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. It just about sums up Belmont's
That
quarter.
wasn't even a smother. He just kicked it straight into his guts.
So we've gone 27.5 minutes. Can't be too long to go, and would love to go out of that Belmont, but wasn't to be as the ball's back in now. True centre wing, just as there's been a whistle. Who's it going to?
Going to Belmont.
Going to go the way of Belmont. Side 50, you got McPherson, Evans, Wiley, Beasley, and one out in the square is Jack Evans. So comes to the tip of the 50 now. Wiley might take the mark. No, he punched it down in front of himself. Fazio gets the ball out. Now there's another whistle.
Says it's a throw.
No, it's going to be a throw. So Wiley has the ball. He's 55 out now. Too far out to score, surely. Evans presents the lead. He's not going to go to him. He's going to try and run the arc and kick out wide. But Evans is running back. Can he take the mark? No. Ball's dropped now in the hot spot. Handball out. They need to have a shot at goal here, Belmont. It's under there somewhere. Wilson. Great tackle from Swenison coming the other way. Beasley in and under as always. Trying to get the handball to Wiley. Wiley now. This is Gallen defending from North Geelong. And the kick out now. McDonald is happy to see the ball over the goal line. Gallen in defence as always. So 5-6 now, 36 to 7-11-53. 29 minutes gone in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Reynolds to the back pocket. Mark taken out there. Swedison just managed to hang on to that. Falling to the ground. So Zach Swinnerson now in the back pocket.
A little bloke like McDonald, the ball bounces down, you're waiting underneath it when they're bearing down on you.
So it goes now longer out towards centre wing. Ball gets out the back of the contest. Wilson runs onto it, got the handball back inside. He's been able to use a teammate there, and they go back to the hands now of Marnie. Marnie, left boot, goes long, back into their forward line. Reynolds comes across the front of the pack. I think Emma off. Oh, that might have been a free kick also, but the umpire's allowed things to go. Beasley stands his ground, kicks back inside. Umpire's already called for a ball up. And the ball will go back to the umpire about 45 metres out from goal in the forward pocket. Umpire restarting play now. Ball thrown in the air. Evans protected the space nicely there. Ball comes out, though, into the hands of Habib. He goes round the boundary and goes back outside 50. Cooper Pass was taken out of the contest. It was. And the siren sounds to end the third quarter here. Sees Belmont Lions going at 5-6-36, trailing North Geelong 7-11-53. Have they done enough? We will soon find out when they come back. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. The flags on the far side, they're now not going down the ground, they're going across the ground. And if we know this ground, it couldn't have turned up going the other way, and North Geelong might have the breeze in the last quarter, but we'll wait and see what happens there. So far, Grub, it's been a quarter by quarter that the side kicking with the breeze has been able to just sneak away. Have they got themselves far enough in front, North Geelong, or Belmont Lions a real chance to get themselves up and win this game of footy?
Well, I'm going to answer it exactly the way I answered who's going to win it before the game.
Got no idea.
I don't know. I don't know. And you know what's worse? These two sides may play each other again at some stage, and we still won't know who's the better side because it's so close, tough and hard. North have edged in front, but as you say, you asked the question, it took Belmont 11 minutes in the second quarter to get a goal and get a few. I think if it takes them that long this time, they're in trouble because North Geelong will close it up. So I reckon they've got to get a couple early if they can. As you say, those flags are starting to turn, and I'm not quite sure whether the wind advantage is what it was. But that's nothing against poor old Belmont because I don't think it was that quarter either for North Geelong. It was just, straight out hardness. I tell you, that Jasper George, just see the courage. I tell you what, believe it or not, I was known as a player who didn't pull out of too many contests. But I tell you what, if I was running that way and Big Evans was coming at me, I'd seriously consider it. Don't you worry, because he could kill you. And it's a wonder he didn't. He would have been all fair going for the ball, and he missed him. And I'm glad he missed him. But it just shows that these blokes, they want to win. They're going to put their body on the line. Both sides are doing it. It could go right down to the wire. And as I say, at the end of the day, unless someone kicks away now, we're still not going to know who's the best side out of these two. And, well, can they meet in the grand final? Yes, they can.
Absolutely, they can.
I think the skills have been pretty, not like pretty atrocious today. To be fair, I think that the first bit of good ball movement we've seen was last quarter when you saw North Geelong going coast to coast, transitioning the ball and switching it to the outer side. I think that's the first bit of good ball movement we've seen. Otherwise, it's been a pretty sloppy game, and that could be because of the pressure in the final.
Well, it's not could be.
Yeah, it is.
It
Right,
is.
Exactly, and the extra pressure that goes along with it.
It's funny. I've been coming to finals here now for a long, long time. And believe it or not, I've never come with any expectations that it's going to be a magnificent, skillful game of football. Finals are different. Everyone's going in harder. That's tougher to get the footy. And very rarely, like Thompson won all their games last year and went through and won a premiership, and they never displayed the perfect, skillful game that you would love to come and see. It's just not going to happen. You've got to be, and both sides are at it hard. Who's going to get up from here? I got absolutely no idea. I'd say North are just in front, but a quick goal to Belmont and back we go. Yes, very hard.
We'll make it very interesting, as I said.
And I ain't giving any votes either. It's too hard.
Today?
No, too hard. I might send Jasper George to the Hotham Hotel
for surviving the crash.
Yeah, for just
or avoiding the
sheer
crash.
Out and out bravery. Out and bravery might get him the gig here.
I reckon he's been one of the best on anyway.
Well, he's had a great game. He had a great game the last time we saw him. Oh, I tell you what, and there's a lot of things going on. It's who does things right. I can't believe how many players have tried to take a mark from behind. You're taught as a kid, you've got to punch the ball from behind no matter what. And then one bloke was actually surprised that he wasn't given the mark. Well, it was never going to be given to him.
This will be interesting. This will test the fitness of the Belmont Lions, as we said. Some of these players haven't played a lot of footy in recent weeks, but they will need to find something here if they're to give themselves any chance of winning this game of football. Hoosma is back in the ruck, and he is one of those players that hasn't played a lot of footy, but he's still out there and he's still jumping at the football. Davis is with him. This time, Davis, maybe the last touch. Ball comes out, goes to Murdoch. Right boot goes back towards centre wing. How it bounce, goes over the head, into the hands now out there of Thompson. He's tackled, brought very quickly to ground. Now at ground level, North Geelong are able to hold the ball in, and that will suit them at this stage just to have or neutralise that contest. And again, let the ruckman push across for another throw up. Ball again lands on the back of Davis there. Cleared away, kicked forward there by Belmont. Coming through with Sammy Reynolds. He picks the ball up. He's tackled immediately. Ball comes out. Brock Marnie kicks the ball back to the forward line. Mark not taken down there. Big Evans. He got head over the ball. Hands the ball back to McPherson. Kicks the ball.
Great tackle.
It was tackled as he kicked it, and that was well done, Zach Swinnison.
Beautiful
ball
tackle.
over the boundary line on the full free kick will go to Cleary of North Geelong in the back pocket. So he now will waste no time, and he plays on and goes long down towards Davis on centre wing. Ball gets through both ruckman's hands and goes over the boundary line. Throw in again to take place on the far side.
I tell you what, I don't think Zach Swinnison will be going to Morey's Hotham Hotel. But I tell you what, some of the old-fashioned shepherds, tackles, and the hard stuff down in the back pocket there, I tell you what, I might be giving him a vote for doing them stuff because he's been fantastic doing them.
So the ball now back with the umpire and again thrown back in. Davis front position, taps the ball down front of the contest. Jewell on hands and knees, gets to his feet and kicks the ball back towards centre wing. How will it bounce out the back? Slorak will run onto it. Wants to get back on his favoured side. Got the handball back inside. Over the top to Sheriff. Went back to Slorak. He was tackled. Put him under a fair bit of pressure. No prior opportunity there at all. And a good decision again by the umpire. Throw up. Point of the square on the far side of the ground, within North Geelong's attacking end. Both ruckman at it again. Oh, Swenison through the contest. Long goes back into their forward line. Fazio's there, spoiled from behind. Did nicely, ends up in the hands of Slorak. Goes outside. Little chip up over the top. Wasn't a great kick, and the ball is going to be held up. Mitchell got the ball and freed it up, but it's going to be picked up by Swenison. He was tackled. Was it high? I think so, but umpire maybe blindsided there because players were in his line of sight, and handball, the ball go back to the umpire. So another opportunity again, I suppose, at this end for North Geelong, but Hootsmar over the top wins possession of it, went back and collected, got the handball out the back as far as Farrell. He picks the ball up. He's got good support there. George, kick was smothered. Numbers again, picked up again, kick further by Purcell. Oh, that was a favourable kick because it landed in the arms of Cooper Vaughan. So he is right on forward 50 now and kicking back into a breeze, which seems to have picked up a little bit and spraying straight across the ground. So we'll need to get it to this side of it. He chips the ball to where it's dangerous. Vaughan comes up at it and he takes the mark about 25 metres out from goal. And an opportunity to kick the first of the last quarter.
I don't know if he actually meant that, knew that bloke was going to come in, but if he did, it's the most brilliant bit of kicking I've ever seen.
It was Cooper Pass. Good point there, Arch. Thanks for that. I'm not too sure whether this guy kicks too many goals, but we'll soon find out what he is like at kicking for goal.
Well, guess what?
He's taken plenty of time.
He's a pretty good field kicker.
I reckon he only has to kick one.
This be an important one. So from 25 metres out, not directly in front, but not much of an angle to work with here. Kicks at goal,
Oh, he's missed it.
He is not on line through for a minor score. Second behind for him, 7-12 now to North Geelong, 5-6 to Belmont, and we have gone almost 4 minutes, final quarter, Morris Finance scoreboard.
From the approach, Grub, I can tell you he doesn't do that too very often at all.
No.
As Wilson now runs the arc and kicks it out to the other side.
Oh,
Big
it's a free
fly
kick.
over the top.
A free kick.
Although there is a free kick.
That's gotta be
it's
the
going to
other
go
way.
the way to him. So he might have been pushed.
Well,
He's...
I don't understand.
So it's Wood's free kick, but he was the one who jumped over the top. So unless he was pushed as he jumped,
Maybe.
anyway, he moves the ball on. True centre wing now. George, it probably was, of course, trying to fly over the top. He couldn't quite now. Ball might beat all comers, and it does.
Where's
Over the boundary
Tyler?
line.
We need to have a replay of that
He
one.
must have been pushed. I mean, we can't see that from here, but he must have been. Because otherwise it's a straight-out free kick of unrealistic attempt too early.
He's about 10 seconds too early, so ball now is going to be thrown in. True centre wing, far side of the ground now. Coming through, couldn't quite, might have been Mitchell, it was, and then Allett involved there as well, and then bring the ball out with Schwenison. How did he do that? Comes back and beautifully done in defence. It was by Mayman. So he takes the interceptive mark. He's not going to rush things here.
He's got no one to kick it to. No leads, no nothing.
He's going to go down the line and hope as they've got a 2-on-2. Wiley couldn't quite take the mark. Ball gets over the back and Jasper George is happy to see it over the boundary line. So another stoppage.
They're getting a little bit frustrated, Belmont, because they just can't break free. I think what they're used to doing is getting little one, and away they go. But North are putting an unbelievable amount of pressure on them, and they can't break free.
North are perfectly happy to play this style of football for the rest of the day.
Well, they win the game doing it.
Exactly, as the ball's back in now. Hootsman and Davis, he just got rid of his opponent. No free kicks. Schwenison in there as well. Wilson's there. And then how did Fazio get the ball there? And the umpire says, give it to me. So another stoppage. So a lot of repeat stoppages in this fourth quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance. This ball's back in, up again. Need to get the ball out of this stoppage. Very contested. Purcell trying to get it out. Now Allett was there involved. Schwenison trying to go over the top, and the ball is over the boundary line. We'll have another ball in. So score is 5-6, 36 Belmont. They are trailing North Geelong 7-11-53. We've gone 6.5 minutes on the fourth quarter scoreboard, brought to you on Morris Finance.
So balls will be thrown in from underneath the scoreboard. And it's thrown back in again. Davis front position. Ball front of the contest. Again picked up. Zach Swenison tried to boot the ball clear of the contest. Didn't make good contact. It's gone back inside. Marnie's there. He tries to force it through. And again, it finally emerges. Goes outside. Fazio's on the outside now. He kicks the ball long in towards the half-forward line. Parks there once again, tackled maybe a little bit high, goes outside to Billy. He's got Habib on the overlap now and kicks into the half-forward line. Riccardi has taken the mark. Want to see him take him on, but he goes over the top. Chance here for Vaughan. Runs inside, goes to Parker. Good use of the football. And now it might be in the right hands because Lukey Parker is again the same position as Cooper Pask and just needs to go back and finish the work.
Well, I think he's probably kicked more goals and had more shots than Cooper Pask a little bit, like by about 1,000. But it's still got to be kicked.
That's exactly right.
You know?
So Luke Parker, 25 out, almost directly in front of goal. Steps in, kicks that goal. It's gone across. Oh, and he's off the line.
Do you think it's the old when you're closer in, they just stab it, not kick through the ball?
Well, not normally. He would kick him from anywhere normally.
Yep. 7-13 now to North Geelong, 5-6 to the Belmont Lions. So Wilson will again set up things from defensive end. I've been called Braden Eddy a lot. Has he gone on from the ground or something? I haven't seen him at all. So, that was a bad kick, and that's actually got to the hands of Lukey Parker. Slorak takes the ball. Tackle was laid. Umpire said no prior opportunity there. And North Geelong have done extremely well to be able to hold the ball up in their end.
Their pressure is incredible this quarter.
Yep.
You know, I reckon McCarty said something to them at three-quarter time saying they're going to come at you, you've got to hold, and they're holding. They're playing pretty good footy.
So again, top of the 50-metre arc there, the ball is thrown up, taken out of the ruck contest, goes towards Fazio, tries to put boot to ball. It didn't come out of the contest, picked up Billy. His kick again didn't travel too far, but heading back towards the boundary line. North Geelong again, Davis this time picks it up. Quick boot on the ball, goes back to the forward line. Good ball from behind by Pelham, sees the ball over the boundary line. Belmont be able to set up from behind now.
And just further to that, Smitty, they probably should have kicked 2 easy goals, which the game would be over.
Yes.
You can put the lid on it.
Pretty much. Could have iced it by now, but they've given Belmont the chance. Will they take it? The question will be raised and asked in the next 20 minutes, you would think. Ball from that ruck contest. Again, let's get to understand that one. Parker pushed underneath the contest there.
What's going on here now?
Blood rule, is it?
Oh, yeah. Mitchell, is it?
Yep.
Well,
so it's either the blood rule or it's not the blood rule. If it is the blood rule, he's coming on.
Well, you can't move the ball anywhere until he comes off and gets replaced.
Oh, the umpire's now calling for the ball to be played
You're
on.
not allowed to if it's blood rule. It's not blood rule, I don't think. Well, what was it?
I've got no idea. Who would know? Ball from the ruck contest. Ball comes back inside, goes in the hands of Murdoch, tries to force his way through. Umpire said he has put that down incorrectly. Free kick will go to Jackson Jewell. Now we got another blood rule, have we?
Now we've got one.
Where's Braden Eddy? Did he go off?
Well, that's what I said. I haven't seen him on the ground, so he must be.
Is that him on the far side?
30.
30.
Nah.
Long sleeves. Does he have long sleeves?
Nah, that's Wood.
No idea.
If it's not Wood, it'll be McDonald. So I'm not too sure. So we're back in play now. Jackson Jewell, he decides to go long, back into their forward line ball. Mark not taken down there, coming through the contest. It was Sheriff that tried to charge through it, but he couldn't get through. Picked up again by Sheriff, got the handball further afield. Fazio, he intercepted that handball, went after it once again, tackled, brought to ground, and there will be another ball up, which will take place. So we have ticked towards 10.5 minutes, and Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard is 5-6 Belmont Lions, 7-13 North Geelong.
Well, it's a 10-minute mark.
This is when it all starts to happen.
When it all starts to happen, if it's going to happen.
So, ball up again now. Allett trying to get the ball clear. He does now. In the path of Marnie. He arcs his back. Could have taken a bounce. Kicks the ball forward. It was definitely holding on Evans. Umpire says, yes, high contact. So, he'll have the ball. He's got Vermeulen inside 450. Goes in his direction. The umpire's going to bring the ball back.
Make him kick over his mark, which is probably a good thing because there's no way Vermeulen was going to get that.
Right now, they would love to have Braden Eddy on the ground. We're trying to find out what's happening with him. One of the most important players in terms of their structure as well.
Well, you talk about their structure. They've lost their structure a little bit, Belmont. And they're a little bit lucky to get it back, actually.
So, down the line, McPherson might fly. Fire calls, play on now. Gets over the back and a good tackle laid by Vermeulen. So we'll have a stoppage 45 metres out from the from the Belmont goal. So, need a goal and need one quickly. Up again now, Evans and Davis. It has been Davis wins a tap out though, couldn't get the ball. Players slipping over. Now comes out wide on the boot from McDonald. Just gains some territory. Riccardi holding his player. Umpire says play on over the top. Oh, that was a smart volleyball tap. Now it's Riccardi on the outer side. He takes a bounce. He might take another one. Takes two. Close. 60 now kicks. It's a running race back to goal.
No one does the handful.
Oh, what's he getting toward the goal line? He does. There's no deliberate rush behind. So
Yeah, but what if it misses? What if it misses and goes out of bounds?
It was risky, but it was well played in the end by the defender in Steele. So, minor score. So, Steele has the ball. He's going to go out wide to Mitchell. Mitchell has the ball in the defensive 50 now.
Well, I wouldn't be holding up too long, mate, because you're going to run out of time.
In goes in the path of Wood. It was well done from Schwenneson. Couldn't win the ball, though. Now, Allett just straight lines. It comes through again. George. Who else but George? Then he tries to get the handball out. Gets caught up. Umpire says no prior opportunity. I tell you what, Davey Allett came a million miles an hour there. But the one player you didn't want to be standing there coming the other way was Jasper George, and he just showed.
I just reckon he took his eye off the ball a touch
You
out
do.
when he got to it.
And George showed him how to do it, I reckon. So Davis gets back down the path. Fazio couldn't quite coming through Mitchell. He's had a pretty good game in the path of Wiley. Now over the top, Charlie Smith's there. Also the tackle,
that could be holding
as
the
the
ball.
umpire said, he said no calls made. So they're going to keep going. Wilson couldn't get boot to ball. Now Schwenneson up and under kick. Here's a contest. I've got the numbers here. Belmont gets over the back. Steele has the ball. He's going to go into his left
Good
foot.
Shepherd.
Chiseling
Great
kick and
Shepherd.
finds Mitchell. So Mitchell in front of us in the broadcast position. Just on the centre wing. He goes inboard. Finds Beasley. Beasley in the path and finds Marnie. Here's their opportunity, Belmont. They're going to go inside 50. They do now. Might be in the direction of Allen over the top. No, Marcus dropped. Front on contact.
Hang
Surely they paid the mark. It's going to be a shot. No more than 10 metres out. Directly in front. And you think Belmont will kick their sixth goal and reduce the margin to 14 points.
So what do you reckon? He's paid the mark.
He's paid the mark.
He paid the mark.
He's been like this.
But he didn't hold it, did he?
Nah.
So Jesse Stapleton to kick their sixth goal of the day and bring them right back in it. He's kicked it! And they're alive. There's a pulse. 6-6-42 to 56. We've gone 14 and a half minutes of the fourth quarter scoreboard brought to you by Morris Finance.
Speechless. Oh, I'm a bit speechless. I couldn't see him paying that mark. I don't know. Maybe I'm too far away. I don't know. And I tell you what, when Belmont had the ball, Hootsman was just ambling down there. He was all on his own too, but they just decided to go to the long one and then...
So Wood's in there doing the ruck work now, and he's up against Davis. Davis, he brings the ball down. Quick kick by Jackson Jewell. Brings the ball to their half-forward line. Ball bounces. Coming at the ball now. It's going to be picked up. Handball goes out the back into the hands of Swenneson. That come from Billy. His kick wasn't great. Paceros, I thought he was going to trap it and make it okay. Out to back now towards Mitchell. He left the ball behind. Billy back over the top of the ball. And Steele has got him well and truly covered. And umpire will now call for it back once again. Another throw-up will take place here. Lucky Parker, he's nominated as the ruckman now. We actually did that nice. He got it out, but unfortunately, only as far as his opposition player in Mitchell. Goes towards Jewell. He gets through the contest. Can't get the ball out. He's held up. And a decision made by the umpire. Good there.
So my two questions are, where's Hootsman and where's Big Davis?
Both off the ground at this stage, having a bit of a spell. So the ball from that comes down to Pask. He goes long into their forward line. Riccardi.
What a mark.
Riccardi. He did that very nicely. Protected the space a little bit, but had to finish the job off. And that's not an easy task on Nick Sheriff.
What do they say? 2 bites at the cherry?
To hold on to that in the finish was just sheer class.
So they're just watching.
Most people can't do that. Tell you what, he's been given a... What? Who's he having to go at now, Nolan?
Jared Bryant, because he's not within the box.
Okay, fair enough then.
whatever. Don't think there's any lines down there. So Riccardi shoots at goal. Went that way the last time and finished in the same position. So another opportunity there wasted. They now are 7-15. And they lead the Belmont Lions 6-6, who are keeping themselves alive with North Geelong's poor kicking. We've gone just on 17 minutes.
This should be over.
Oh, yes. Yes, quite easily, Grub. So it's going to be Slorak now that's going to play on, bring the ball clubroom side. McPherson's going to be the target. He was the only one actually went for the mark.
Kick.
And he has taken the mark and he will look to go back inside. McPherson plays on. Long now. Reynolds is there. Ball comes out the back. Players required. Vermeulen's there. Trapped it nicely. Got through the contest. Went back to Evans. Got the ball back towards Vermeulen. Back towards McPherson. Little chips. Don't know where that went the required distance. Right. He's going to win it back again though, McPherson. Left boot quickly into the forward line. Stapleton had a chance. Couldn't take it.
That's a mark again?
Well, on the last one it definitely was.
Sorry.
But up on Island saw that a little bit differently to the last bloke, I think.
I'm being a bit facetious there. I shouldn't do that. But we're here to have some fun, aren't we?
Yeah, that's it. That's what we're here to do. Enjoy the day of football, Grub. Ball thrown up on the ruck, and now this time over the top. Wood goes to McPherson again. Number of possessions, goes quickly into the forward line. Ball coming across. Mark wasn't taken. Underneath the pack, it comes out the back. Jules there. Wiley emerges with it, goes back to Evans. Boots ball quickly. It's going to work okay. It's going to fall in the hands of Allett. And maybe from that distance, a chance because the wind is going across the ground. So he goes left post. Has he got the distance? We will soon find out. Here's a noted goal kicker for Belmont. And this would close things up again. 9 points if he kicks accurately. Dave Allett steps in, kicks that goal. Too much height here. Ball's going to drift across. Mark required. Defensive punch was made. Kicked around the body. Touch.
Tell you what.
It was touched, says the player. How's the umpire going to call it? We are waiting. It's been given a goal. And it will be the 7th for Belmont. I'm not too sure who kicked that. If someone can tell me, that would be good. And that was as I said, the 7th goal for Belmont. They're 7-6. The North Geelong are 7-15 and 19 minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter.
Well, the players can say they touched it all as much as they want, but if the umpire doesn't see a touch, then it's straight through the middle. And oh boy, is this getting close? I told you the 11, 12-minute mark was the turnover, didn't I?
Yep. They've got time on their side too.
So back in the middle now. Exciting finals football. Jake Wood gets the ball forward. Here they go again. Here Belmont through the hands of McPherson. Don't say that too often. Now coming through was Marnie. Couldn't quite trap the ball. Wiley there involved as well. Comes out Habib's there. Couldn't quite cover the ball. And then really well done. It might have been Jewel in the path of a teammate. Gets the handball over. They've worked it well here. Coming through. Tackle. How's the umpire going to see this? He says play on.
Yeah, well umpired.
Comes through now. Just in front of us in the broadcast position.
No.
Ball in congestion still. Neither team winning possession of the football, and there's going to be a stoppage just in front of us.
I tell you what, it's no place for the faint-hearted in here.
Not at all.
They're going in hard, as they should be in a final.
And the one on the bottom of that pack was Slorak. He was
Big Tommy Davis.
5 or 6 times. So Wood and Davis coming through. Murdoch trying to trap the ball. He couldn't quite. Now comes to Evans. Back to Murdoch to Allett. Allett with the check side. Keeps in. The bounce might favour him here. It does. Comes to Beasley. Couldn't pick up the ball. And then it's kicked out of bounds. The umpire has to pay deliberate. It doesn't.
Not a can't be deliberate there.
I
thought it was the Belmont Lions in front that kicked the ball.
I don't think it was intentional. It came off his boot. Went out of bounds. Players did appeal for it.
Well, if it's not intentional, you can't play deliberate.
It's insufficient attempt then.
Yeah, but there was no attempt made if it's accidental. It sounds like a good call to me.
So Davis comes back in. Gets the ball down. Fazio just drops it. Allett's cleaner. He gets the ball forward. Can they have a mark? Evans falls. The whistle gone. The umpire says play on. Now in the last line of defence. The ball has gone out of bounds.
I tell you what, anything can happen here.
7-6, 48, 7-15, 57. North Geelong are leading at the moment, and there's been 21 minutes gone in this last quarter. Exciting football. So we're 10 metres out. Ball is thrown in. Ruckman jostle for front position. Davis trying to get it down. Belmont with all the ascendancy at the moment. Coming through Might have been George, and now the tackle is laid. So we'll have another stoppage. 25 metres out. Watch out for Ricciardi around this. Watch out for Wiley around this stoppage. Ball up again now. Trying to get it down to Schwennis.
Free kick.
There's
a free kick.
Which way is it going? I think it's going. It's
They don't.
the umpires put the ball on the ground. He's got a card.
Somebody's going to get a card here.
So there's a yellow card given. It might
Two.
be to Swenison.
So who was the free kick to initially?
Jack Swenison.
So now it's got to be reversed, doesn't it?
So just while we figure out what's going on, I think there was a ruck infringement, or it might have been a block, and it was going the way I thought of, well, the way he pointed his arm and the way that Belmont reacted. I thought it was against them, but now it seems that Swenison has been given the card. They're just having a discussion. So Swenison's coming off the ground now, and
Well, then the kick has to go to Belmont.
he'll be off for the rest of the game. It's 15 minutes, is it not?
15 or 10.
So there are 23 minutes gone, so he won't be returning for the rest of the game, you'd think.
What do you reckon, Tyler? Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So it's going to go the way of Davey Allett. He's 20 metres out, directly in front. Has an opportunity to kick their 8th goal and bring them within 3 points. Pretty reliable kick. He's lifted in this last quarter. Davey Allen, he's missed.
He's missed
He
it.
has missed. A golden opportunity gone begging. 7-7 now, 49 to 7-15, 57. 24 minutes gone in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
So Charlie Farrell's going to kick in now. He's going to go to the back pocket. Mark will be taken out there.
And he got a send-off and a report for that.
Well, as I said, it had to be more than just that. There had to be a full-on contact. Ball doesn't matter anyway. The ball goes outside 50 now. Davis tries to reach up over the top. Ball goes over the boundary line. And it's going to be a throw-in on the far side. So we're just waiting now for the ball to be thrown in back by the umpire. The ball now thrown back in again, this time ruck contest. Ball comes out the back, kicked off the ground there by Jewell. Gets valuable ground, goes back towards centre wing. Sheriff over the top, puts his Mayman out in some space by himself. Kick went outside. Murdoch tried to keep the ball alive. Actually did that very, very nicely because he got around 2 North Geelong opponents. And now the ball has gone over the boundary line and a throw-in will take place on the far side.
22 shots to 14.
Yep.
They could have sealed it early, and then all of a sudden Belmont could have put themselves back within a kick, and they just, I don't know, the real pressure moments.
Not handling it either side of the grub. So ball now from that ruck contest comes out. Swenison handballs from that contest, goes back towards Ricciardi. Evans came up at the ball. Now at ground level, desperation required. Ricciardi, he just gets the ball travelling forward. So that's good ground taken once again. Running onto the ball. I tell you what, that's going to work.
It's
as the
even
ball's
better.
come out
He'll
nice.
kick this
There's
goal.
Luke Parker picks the ball up. Went round the body, back to the goal square, and right on the line. Pushed through for a minor score. Parker nearly did the brilliant, just couldn't get the elevation maybe required.
Well,
and another opportunity now for Belmont Lions.
What was I saying before the game? Does Luke Parker kick that goal at his best? You bloody bet he does.
And probably 3/4 of the way down the basketball court, netball court. So Steele kicking in from the full-back positions, looking to take the ball to the far side of the ground again. So they're going to go out long, looking for a mark. Going back past. Well, he did that nicely. Bit of courage there. Ball goes through to Mitchell. And the hands of Evans. Just puts boot the ball. Gets it running forward. Nice kick. Goes in the hands of Marnie. Beasley on the overlap. Takes a bounce. Will run inside 50. Takes a second. McDonald came from nowhere. Back towards Wilson. Wilson loads up. Goes long. Josh Wilson, his second, the 8th now for Belmont Lions. They are 8-7 and North Geelong 7-16. It's a 3-point margin. Morris Finance, we have gone 26.5 minutes.
Archie, I forgot my sponsors. It's the Kempy Engineer and
Play.
Play of the day. And
Read the play.
Connect Tell, that's right, Connect Goal of the day. That's the best bit of football we've seen. That's the footy we want to come and see that we don't see. But I tell you what, after a lot of pushing and shoving and desperation, a little bit of class started by Beasley, and that's a great goal. It puts them back with a chance now.
3-point margin, as I said, 27 minutes gone.
Back in the middle, cannot be long to go. 3 or 4 minutes, I reckon, as the ball's back now. Wood gets the ball down. Handball forward. Here's their opportunity. Belmont. They're going to go inside 50. If Alec could pick it up, he couldn't. Then he lays the tackle.
Ball up, bump.
He's going to do everything he can, Davey. Alec probably feels like he owes him one.
Is this why we come to the footy for?
60 metres out from their goal on the edge of the square. Up again now. 3-point margin. Now it's inside 50. Here's their opportunity, Belmont. Put him in front. They're going to have a shot. It's going to be Myrtles. He's going to kick the goal. He's going to put him in front.
Unbelievable.
8-7-55. It's 9-7 now. 61. They've hit the front. We have gone 28 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Now
Michael
the game
Murdoch
changes.
kicks the goal.
Now the game changes. Now North Geelong were holding on and using pressure. Now they've got to get it out and kick one of their own. They have to do that now.
And there hasn't been too many of that far end either, Grub.
No. No, although, as you said, the flags aren't going the way they were early. If it can be done, it can be done now.
So the ball now back in the middle. Ball from that ruck contest goes out towards centre wing. Coming through, Swennerson trapped the ball, kicks into their forward line. Last chance, maybe. Ball runs free. Parker comes out, traps the ball, gives it back inside. Player steps around. Handball. Fazio kicks smothered. Ball went to Riccardi. He picks the ball up. Wants to give the handball away. Couldn't do so. Still alive. How will it bounce? Player sits under it. What will the umpire do?
Ball up.
For a ball up. Good decision, umpire. So 10 metres out from the North Geelong goal. Last opportunity, you would think here. Can there be a goal scored? Only had one to that end of the ground so far this afternoon.
If those two play each other again, who wins? We do.
The same thing will apply. Ball from that contest goes back towards the boundary line. It's been kept in. Wilson tried to run away, but it's gone over. A throw-in will take place.
29 minutes gone.
10 metres around from the behind post. Umpire is about to restart play. So a clean contest here. Ball, Hoosmar, as he's been doing late in the game, has just been trying to knock the ball further down the field, taken by Davis. He was tackled without the ball, picked up, kicked out of the fence. Good mark, Charlie Farrell. So they're going to have one last opportunity. Plays on, goes long, into the forward line. Ball couldn't be marked there by Parker. Ball comes out again. Dangerous spot. Player tackled. Evans brought down again. No prior opportunity there.
How good is this? This is GDFL football.
So again, still an air kick away from the North Geelong goal. Davis up over the top, brings it down. Transports the ball a little bit forward. Trying to work through. The ball comes out to a bib. Gets boot the ball. Goes to the forward pocket. Mark and play there. Ball runs over the boundary line. Another boundary line throw in. And we have got to be getting very close. 30 minutes gone. It is 9-7. 61 Belmont line. 7-16-58 North Geelong.
Someone's got to slip one here.
Deep in their forward 50. North Geelong, they're 3 points down. Can't be long to go. Look for Riccardi. Ball's in now. Here's an opportunity. Jewel, it might have been now. Snap from Fazio. There to go. There he is.
He's missed it.
Riccardi.
He
He came through. Check side. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full, I think. So, Belmont are going to retain possession of the ball. It's going to come back. We've gone 31 minutes. Umpires are just getting together and have a discussion to see, I think, if it bounced,
Well, I think
or if it...
I think the boundary umpire thought it might be a throw-in. The goal umpire saying it's on the full, and it's going to be on the full.
It's going to be on the full. So, deep in their back line, last line of defence, Belmont have the ball. They're 3 points up. There's 32 minutes gone in the first final. Long kick. McPherson's got good hands. He can't take this one. Is there opportunity? George goes inside forward 50. They need a mark here. Allett comes through. Straight lines the ball. The ball might end up over the boundary line. It does.
It was good play by Allett. As soon as he grabbed it, he handballed it to give them no chance of a holding the ball decision.
So who's going to be the one to stand up here? I think it's going to be one last opportunity. You got Fazio down there.
You're going to need
Riccardi.
Snaps too far out.
So 50 metres out, ball back in. Neither team has possession, and it's going to be wrapped up. So going to be a stoppage 55 metres out now. 9-7, 60-61, 7-16, 58. Last opportunity here for North Geelong, you'd think. Now, over the top, couldn't quite, probably should have taken possession of the ball. They're going to go inside 50 here. Kick's going to be in the path to McDonald. He takes the mark. He's got to win.
Move
He goes.
it, Charlie, move it.
He's got to go. McDonald, he goes short. It's not a great kick. Coming in the path. Now's an opportunity at goal. There's going to be a shot. It's a mark.
Oh,
Has he got it? He does.
he's made it.
Habib's
Made it to Habib.
Habib's taken the mark. There is
Habib the killer.
3 minutes gone. 9-7-61 to 7-16-58. This, you think, will be the last kick of the game.
Where's his old man? He's shaking, I reckon, at the moment, saying, come on, Mitch, put it through.
He'll be saying, I would have kicked it.
Well, later on he will.
This is what finals footy is all about. Mitch Habib. So maybe have the last say of the day.
Taking plenty of time too, which is good. Very smart.
To give them the lead. The last gasp effort. They've led most of the day. Now to put them back in front. Habib, has he kicked it?
He's got it. He's got it.
Habib, your hero. 9-7, 61 to 8-16, 64. We have gone 35 odd minutes.
I don't see how the quarter
Your
can
hero.
go that far. It's been a long, long quarter. And I don't reckon there's any time left.
So we're back with the umpire very shortly in the middle of the ground.
I reckon the Maggies are through.
I'll tell you what, it's going to take something special. I didn't think it'd be going this long, but we're gone, as I said, almost 34 minutes. And umpire Nolan about to restart things once again. Ball in the air. Davis takes the ball, tried to take it out of the middle. Hoosbar tried to kick it off the ground. Again, there is a bib, the goal kicker. Ball comes out into the hands of Swinnison, is it? I'm not too sure who it was, but it's not going to come out. Umpire's going to ask for it back.
North are not going to let this out, Smithy, are they?
Not, they wouldn't.
They are not going to let
You just don't want to
this
jump on it and get penalised, though. That's the only thing,
Yeah.
Grub. Umpire Nolan takes the ball outside the slot, which is another a good idea. Davis takes the ball. And North Geelong will progress and go through to take on East Geelong next week. Belmont Lions will have to wait for the outcome of tomorrow's game between Bellpost Hill and the Anarchy Roos. But goal kickers to this day for the Belmont Lions, 2 to Wilson and 2 to Evans. 1 each to Beasley, Stapleton, Murdoch, McDonald and Wiley. And for North Geelong, 2 goals to Fazio, got them all in the first quarter. Parker, Smith, Swinnison, Habib, Rosca, Riccardi and Purcell. So there you have it. It's going to be 8-16, 64 to North Geelong, 9-7, 61 to the Belmont Lions, who will fight to live another day. We'll take a short break, come back, and go through everything that's happened here this afternoon. Try and give us some votes. Are we giving you votes today, Rob?
Well, we're supposed to be, but I'm bugging if I know.
So here you go. So that'll be a task in itself. So you're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Welcome back. And at the start of the day, we had no idea who was going to win this game of football. And it's taken every minute of the quarter to see that North Geelong will run out winners by that margin of 3 points only. Probably should have had this game well and truly dusted partway through that quarter because they had some opportunities. 24 scoring shots to 16 and win by 3 points. So I think that'll be something that they will look at and say that we need to correct if we're going to go any further in this competition. But they've got an opportunity next week, Grub, and we can tell you they're taking on the East Geelong side. But today's game ebbed and flowed quarter by quarter and probably minute by minute, actually, to see the end result.
Well, it was. It was always catch-up footy for the Belmont Lions because when the toss was won, there was a favouring wind. And not many goals had been kicked at the other end in all 3 games for the day. And they got off to a great start, North Geelong. And it wasn't until, what did we say, the 10 or 11 minute mark of the second quarter that Belmont actually come good. And at half-time, there wasn't much in it. North Geelong in the third quarter, they got away a little bit, but I wasn't quite sure whether they were further enough ahead. But then the flags changed a bit and the wind stopped. It went more across the ground. I think Belmont probably not really got the wrong end of the sticks. I think it did it in the third quarter, so I think both sides had it. But again, about the 10-minute mark, and I said they've got to do it now like they did in the first quarter, or they're gone. And I thought they were gone, and then they went bang, bang, and they hit the front. And when they hit the front, I'm going to admit, I thought, well, that's it. They've come up from all the way back. They had hardly been in front all day. They've hit the front. They're going to keep it now. But North Geelong weren't to be denied. Look, they played pressure football, as did Belmont all day, and they just forced it forward. As you said, they had 3 shots in that last quarter that could have put the game beyond doubt, but they just didn't quite make it. 8-16 to 9-7. What's that? 24 shots to 16. 6 more shots. They've only won by the 3 points. They could have lost the game. But then again, Peter Ricardo can get his boys and say, right, we did play better than them. We had a lot more shots for goal. Next time, if we have to, if we kick straight, and next week against East, we'll have a lot better chance. But as I say, I thought they were gone, and they fought back, and that's a sign of a good side who get headed finally for the first time, almost for the day, and they fight back and win it. Right, and I tell you what, Mitch Abib, well, I just said he's old man. All the North Geelong people would have been going, oh, kick it. And guess what? He kicked it, and North Geelong go through to the second semi-final against East Geelong.
Yes, Scrub, as I said, that's pretty much hit the money on the head there. As I said, we needed to, well, as I said,
how do you hit the money on the head?
I'll hit the nail on the head. Hammer on the head, whatever you want to hit in the head, you're going to do it.
I know he needs to be hitting the head.
Yeah, probably a couple of times. I told you that at the start of the day. Righto, gentlemen, this is a little bit the interesting part.
This is too hard.
I'm going last today, so I'm not going to embarrass myself early.
My one vote goes to Michael Murdoch. I thought he was really good. We talked about earlier before the game if he'd be playing that tagging role he's played before, or if he'd be that outside player in the midfield. And he did a bit of both. I don't think he ran with anyone, but he was inside and outside. I thought he was clean. I thought he's for finals football, you got to have good skills and you got to back yourself in. I think he did that all day, and he also kicked that clutch goal at the end. It didn't end up getting the win, but he was very good in pressure situations as well. My 2 votes goes to Benny McPherson. I thought his hands all day were unreal. I thought when other people were dropping marks overhead, he just kept taking them. And he was one of the few that if he was out of position, he would punch as well, which I'd like to see. And then my 3 votes goes to Jasper George. I thought he straight-lined the footy all day. We spoke about it. I thought his intercept marking. I thought his positioning. He looks like a bit of a general down there in the back line as well, the way he structures up and gives directions, etc. He's my 3 votes.
Do you have any of them?
Yes.
I didn't.
I had 1. Righto, you can go next then.
All right. I forget. What do I do with it all? Got to find my glasses.
Put the correct glasses on.
Right. I gave one to the bloke who gave him first use of the ball all day. Is Tom Davis. I thought he was fantastic in the ruck. When he went out of the ruck, that's when Belmont got back into it because they were able to get a few clearances. But all the centre clearances from Tom Davis, and I thought his job in the ruck was fantastic. I gave 2 rucks to James Beasley, 2 votes to James Beasley.
2 rucks?
Yeah, 2 rucks. I gave two. I'm getting your disease.
If you hang around with me long enough, you'll catch it.
It just wears off on you, doesn't it? Rubs right off. I thought he was fantastic early and fantastic late. probably dropped a little bit in the middle, but I just thought there was so many players today that did so many good things, but not for 4 quarters. I don't normally go for a 2.5 to 3-quarter player, but I did today in James Beasley, and I go 3 votes to Tommy Swinton because Tommy Swinton, without him getting the ball around those packs, I think they lose the game. There you go. I thought he was best on the ground, Tommy.
Yeah, well, I gave 1 vote to Jasper George. I thought his game at through the half-back line, and as I said, some timely marks. He'll learn in time that he has to spoil on occasions, which he tried to continually take grabs from behind. But I thought his game was pretty good in the sense of being able for North Geelong to hold up. I gave 2 votes to Brad Michelle. I think his game, I know he does a lot of kicking in. We call him a lot in that area. But just again, through the middle of the ground, he was able to win possession of the ball and set them up. And again, I agree with you, Grub. I go 3 votes to Tommy Swinnerson. I think his game, he's just a good kid. He gets the ball. He very rarely wastes an opportunity or wastes the ball when he has it in hand. And I think he was the best player in the game. The other bloke I probably just missed out on was Jackson Jewell. I really thought heavily he as his game.
Really?
Yeah, so I thought as the game went on, he got better and better through the middle of the ground, and he was providing a fair bit of grunting there as well. So
I thought he struggled. I thought he
Yeah.
struggled a bit. But when you talk about who did you give it to? Michelle.
Yep.
Beasley, to me, was exactly the same. I had to pick one of them.
Yep.
And I think they did the same. I don't think either player played 4 quarters, but what they did in the other 2.5 were very, very good. So I could have easily picked Michelle instead of Beasley.
Yep.
It was just one or the other for me.
Yeah, so as I said, it was disappointing in the sense that, as I said, Brad and Eddie, I don't know whether they took much part after half time. So, and that took away a fair bit of East Geelong, Belmont Lions.
We'll get it sooner or
run
later.
From the half back line. There was only 2 more clubs to go through, but yeah, I just think he's been good. Every time we've seen him during the course of the season, he's been the bloke that's actually been the player coming out of the back line and delivering the ball down the field. So hopefully his injury, if he's got an injury, is not too bad, and hopefully he can get himself back and ready for next week. So we'll just wait and see there.
Just on that, we know there was an incident. It was about half time where someone said there might have been a fight or maybe a brawl, and a player came off. So that might have been when Eddie came off and didn't return to the game, because they were definitely playing with only 3 on the bench and didn't have him take much part after half time. And I thought he
But
he
you're just
broke
assuming you didn't see anything.
No, I'm saying, yeah.
No, you got to be a bit
Could have-
careful. It's
yeah.
only an assumption.
Assumption, yeah.
You know, you got to be very careful with something like that.
Also, I think that as soon as he was off, I think that their structure struggled for a bit until that last quarter when they had the momentum and started playing a lot better.
So our attention now turns to tomorrow, gentlemen. It's going to be an interesting day also. Let's hope that this conditions we have here at the present time holds out for the rest of the night and we get back here tomorrow. Hopefully that centre square will have dried up a little bit and a little bit of a roll just to flatten things out. And we're looking forward to another good game of football.
Well, hopefully, yeah, because look, the flags have stopped.
Yeah, well, there's none there.
They've taken it, tied them down, you idiot.
Righto, Grub. Let's have a listen. We'll let you go through our sponsors.
Well, I tell you what, and as I've said for 18 rounds and now the finals, you can't have a football competition without these people. From Buckley's, the best in the world, Elders Insurance, P&R Foods, Morris Finance, go and see Martin Carter. For the mark of the day, the big men fly for the Routley's Pie, for Victory Trophies, for the Hotham Hotel where Tommy Swinnerson's going to enjoy. Matter of fact, he should take Zach with him because I thought he was good too. Victory Trophies, Kempy Engineering, Read the Play, Play of the Day, Athlete's Foot, Promoted Trophies, and Connectel, that's right, Connectel, the best in the world.
I reckon that's a good job, Grub. So I reckon we might wind things up here this afternoon. We
You
don't
looked
need
at me
to.
then, I thought I'd left someone out.
No. You've done a nice job there. I was just waiting for it to finish and
voice is
draw
gone.
breath. But thanks to Tyler and to Brad again today, this afternoon. A few little issues there early in the day, but they've been able to manage their way through that. And we look forward to being back here tomorrow at 1:15 once again to see Belmont. With Belpo Hill tomorrow. And I'll get it right. And the Anarchy Roos. And it's good to see the Anarchy Roos back into finals football. 27 years in the making, and let's hope that they can maybe take another step forward. But today you've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.